That's gross. Do you think some cultures are better than others?
Yeah, definitely.
Does
How could
that
they
make
not?
you a bigot?
Yeah, yes. I mean,
Do you believe all cultures are beautiful?
no. Well, okay. So, do all cultures work? Like from like an objective standpoint, like they work because people live in them, and those people had to be around to form cultural traditions, right?
Yeah, but what does it mean to truly live? Like Braveheart, not every man dies, but not every man truly lives.
What if you just? I don't know. It's up to them. I don't want to tell. I don't want. I can tell somebody's probably not good if their culture has a history of revenge rape as punishment. But I can't tell them whether they're actually living or not. I can't be like, you guys haven't lived. Like, you sound like a fucking... You guys don't even know how to live. You're like,
You're not alive. You're a dead man.
You don't even know what it's like.
You're just a zombie.
You're
You're living in the shadows. You're living in the darkness. I
don't-
can't even see you anymore.
You don't even know.
Look at you.
Just fucking look at you. Progressive, like, contempt.
So do you think racism is on the rise in Canada?
Yeah, definitely.
So Toronto Star, do you ever read the Toronto Star?
They have their shit paywalled.
Do you subscribe so you can get past the paywall whenever you see a hot new article at the Toronto Star?
Whatever they're going to say is so pointless that I don't even throw it into Archive IS to, like, get around it.
So here's what Toronto Star says.
About racism on the rise?
A wave of South Asian racism is sweeping Canada, and the Liberals' missteps on immigration helped fuel the problem. Do you agree with the Toronto Star?
What do they define as Southeast Asian?
Well, the way it's worded here, it could be like racism towards South Asians or racism from South Asians. But I think we know what they might be intending here. You want to hear the subtitle?
Island goblins.
With international students and temporary foreign workers being scapegoated, old racist tropes have been surfacing again.
Oh, this
is from about 6 months ago.
This is like the British version of Asian. You know how the British are like, oh, these are all, you know, and they're just like, no, they're Indian, dude. Like, they're not Asian. What does a Polynesian have to do with a fucking Indian? Like, nothing. Just say Indian. Just say one of the shitty old colonies.
So, also at the Toronto Star.
Yeah.
So what I gave you there was just like half a year ago or so. So Toronto Star today says steep rise in hate towards South Asians in Canada documented through social media posts. Do you agree with the Toronto Star?
How many likes on the post, dude? Like, how many? Somebody's like, check out this 4 reply post that some guy's just like.
Well, this is a Star exclusive, and you know what the
exclusive? It's online posts. How can?
This is like cutting edge reporting from the Toronto Star. So you know what the subtitle says?
A
new report by the Institute for Strategic Dialogue finds a huge increase in racist posts in 2024.
What's the name
notably in the lead up to the federal election.
What's the name of the of that organization again? For strategic
the Institute for Strategic Dialogue.
Like, what do you think's going on with that?
They're getting government money for sure.
Oh yeah, that's
your starting point that you can take for granted.
What's the name of the author?
I can't. It's behind a paywall.
They show the author.
I don't know if I can see it. It keeps like redirecting me. No, I can't see it. It sometimes it's not under like a specific name or the name's at the bottom. But I can't get down there because of the paywall.
Oh, it was formed in 2006 in London.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
That sounds like probably the worst of all possible worlds.
Political advocacy organization.
Of course they are.
Advocating for whom?
Yes, and why are they even here?
Yeah. Founded in 2006 by Sasha Havlicek.
Okay.
50-50.
London.
50-50. And George Weldenfeld.
Okay.
What? No, Weidenfeld. Gross.
Okay, well,
Dave Chappelle-
they're issuing reports.
Dave Chappelle has a reaction for this. He goes, yuck. Yuck.
Now, the picture the Toronto Star is using is Jag Meat.
Oh, no.
Remember him?
Who?
Yeah, so I don't really remember him either, but
Is that the guy
when
that
was the
got...
last time we talked? Was it before the election?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because we got hit with the purge or whatever.
Yeah.
The Operation Protect Kearney internet purge. But, so, yeah, we talked like a week before the election or something.
Yeah.
So did you know in that election that Jag Meat lost his seat?
Did he?
Yeah, and did you know it's actually pronounced Jug Meat?
Jug meat.
Anyway, they've got the picture of Jug Meat with his iconic pink turban.
Is he
the implication that all these racist posts were directed at Jug Meat personally?
No, that he suffered from the rise of racism, and if it weren't for racism, he would be reelected.
He seemed like pretty happy to have lost.
You think so?
He definitely phoned it in.
He went to a fucking Kendrick Lamar concert, and some guy behind him took a photo, him looking back, and everyone's like, yo, check out this fucking loser at the Kendrick Lamar concert I found. And then for some reason, like, Drake went online. He was like, you fucking loser. Backstabbing.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not kidding.
I'm
Jagmeet has
a boomer. I don't totally know who Kendrick Lamar is. I assume music.
Yeah.
Like urban beats or something.
Yeah.
And Drake, of course, is that retarded guy from Degrassi.
There's a couple other things about Drake, but yeah.
He's
go on.
Also into urban beats.
Yeah.
And they're big.
Among other things.
So is this like West Coast, East Coast rivalry?
No, it's more like
and Jugmeat picked the wrong side.
He picked the right side in terms of culture, but he picked the wrong side in terms of Canada.
I don't get it. Like, I'm lost.
Okay, so I'm not going to explain the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef to you, but it was quite possibly the biggest thing to hit the internet maybe 5-6 months ago.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar released a seminal work called They Not Like Us. Which, once you hear it, you're like, oh, yeah, they aren't like us.
Okay.
He effectively intimated that Drake is a pedophile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is like, I guess, a thing. I don't know.
True beef.
A beef?
Yeah. Well, he was also like...
Beefaroni from Chef Boyardee.
I mean, remember when Elon called Trump a pedophile? It was like that. Everyone's like, "Ooh, pick a side." Pick a side, you know? And so Jagmeet got embroiled in that. So the last I heard of...
So did he pick the pro or the anti-pedo side, or how exactly does this work?
Yeah.
So if you're like, yo, that's a shady allegation, you pick Drake's side, and if you're like, yo, Drake's a sketchy dude, then you pick Kendrick Lamar's side.
Yeah.
And Jugmeat picked Kendrick Lamar's side.
Yeah.
By implication of by going to his concert.
Through patronage. Yeah.
And how does this, what's the Canada angle?
Well, Drake's
Because you said it was like wrong for Canada, but it was
is
good.
Canadian.
Oh, so like that good old Canadian, like shallow nationalism.
I don't care if, you know, this guy...
Don't mess with my boy.
I don't care if this guy probably fucks kids. He's got a 15% share in
Don't Canadians like give you bonus points for that?
Yeah. Well, like if you fuck dogs or kids, like in you go. Come on in. Do you practice revenge rape? Well, we have a technical college for you to attend. You know, so the Yeah, that's the last I heard of poor misfortunate Jugmeat. He got walloped.
Do you think Rachel Notley will try to become the federal NDP leader?
No, she's done.
You don't think she's into it?
No.
Don't think she craves the power that she had pulled from her craggly witch fingers a few times?
I think she doesn't have the... You want to rebuild that party after what has happened to it? Like, do you want to do that? Do you want to put in that work?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
These people are weird, but
leave it to someone else.
Seems like a bad job.
Leave it to an immigrant who will do your job better, right? Isn't that how that works?
Good old Jagmeat. Well, so I don't know. What do you have to say about?
I want to know who wrote. I want to know the
Institute for Strategic Dialogue.
Yeah,
master. You think there's like a major conspiracy theory here? It's the same old stuff.
So CTV has a repost of it which says hate towards South Asians, quote, skyrocketing in Canada, report says. By Spencer Van Dyke.
Okay. Is he a soy boy?
It's a woman.
What?
Yeah.
The name's Spencer?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe.
Producer for Question Period.
Eccentric parents.
Spencer's career.
Spencer, have you ever heard of that as a female name?
No, not once.
Me neither. Often it's associated with male nerds.
Jarvis, pull up early life for me. Or is that a dog whistle?
I don't know what that means.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm a boomer. I'm like clueless.
Okay.
I'm like 90 years old.
Am I gonna have to explain how to be a better internet racist to you?
I don't know how to use the internet.
Okay. So there's this website called Wikipedia. Right? And so like the idea of Wikipedia is to have like a truth through consensus. More specifically, reinforced consensus.
I bet you the Institute for Strategic Dialogue edits Wikipedia pages.
They got a couple people, dude, for sure. But you can't cite them in papers. So they're not very truthy. Do you know what I mean? Like if you go to college and you're like, people make fun of Destiny because he's just like, let's just pull up the...
Oh, yeah, I make fun of him.
All right, so
I always make fun of people who do that.
Yeah, so...
I have disdain for them.
But it does have one very interesting quirk to its entries about people. And it has a little tab called Early Life.
Oh, yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so Early Life always, like, so-and-so...
Isn't Van Dyke like a Dutch name?
It is. So if you were to combine the, like, kind of stinky loser, like, evilness of the Dutch with the Hebes, you'd get a woman named Spencer.
You know, it's very interesting. And, you know, the Dutch have this app called Tiki. Have you heard of that? Did we talk about it before?
No. What the fuck is that?
You know how the Dutch have this reputation for being like super, super cheap?
Yeah.
Along with like, you know, like
many
Scots
other
and
bad.
Mennonites.
Yeah. Anyone who isn't British, the British called cheap.
So apparently there's this app called Tiki. I don't know how to spell it, but it's like, okay, you go to the bar with your friends and he gives you a ride home. Then he sends you a Tiki for like the 80 cents worth of gas. So it's like it's like this app for like microtransactions to like serve cheap people who like always have to eat.
But how do you make money there?
Maybe it takes like a penny cutter.
Someone who's gonna charge their friends 80 cents of gas isn't gonna pay a subscription, dude.
No, I think it's like a PayPal. I don't know if you...
PayPal hits you with a percentage or a flat fee when you remove money from your
I don't know
account.
the economics of it. I just know that it exists. It's
I
there to
can't
serve
believe
like a
it
purpose
exists.
in the culture.
Oh
And
Ugh.
and you know, we know a fellow of like Dutch descent,
Yeah.
and
Poor guy.
I asked him about this, and he didn't know about it, but he said it made sense. Not like for him, but he said like he could see why such a thing would exist.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I know some cheap Dutch people.
You think cheapness is a virtue?
They would call it frugal.
How do you go from frugal or like thrifty to like cheap?
You become obnoxious with like your preoccupation with it. Do you know what I mean? Like for example, like if you were to try to explain someone like two very like kind of upper class ideas of like one, the cost of doing business, and two, the cost of a good time. Right? So it's just like if you were to be like, oh, this trip cost $1,000, and it's just like you will never get to sit on a private beach and read a book and be left alone. There's no amount of money that can buy you that, and you're getting it for $1,000. Go easy. Or the government takes all my money. It's like that's the cost of doing business. Like the people that are preoccupied with like these little things. They're like, oh, you know, I had to park 5 blocks away so that I could like get free street parking. Or I live in a rent-controlled house. Yeah, it's full of like crackheads and everything in the neighborhood, and my children are like shot at daily. But like the rent's controlled.
Would it be cheap if you like didn't have your own internet and then you went to your neighbor and said, "Can I have your Wi-Fi password and we can like share the bill?"
That British? No. What about that British guy? Do you see that? You ever see that video? The guy turns into fucking Smeagol when he's yelling at him. He's like, "Give me a fucking Wi-Fi password." And he's like,
I have not heard of such a story.
Oh my god, dude. So it's like this old British dude goes up to this guy and he's like, yeah, no, I used to get my internet from free here. You changed the password. And he's like, yeah. And he's just like, oh, you can't do that. And he just like has this complete like Lord of the Rings moment where he just like morphs into like this vicious animal for like, I don't know, 10 frames. I'm going to make you watch it.
It's like crackheads when they like you say they can't have any more crack.
I mean, I'd be pretty upset.
Oh, I told you about that crackhead who like trashed the convenience store by my office, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then how the clerk, I talked to him and he said like they caught him and he got released the same day. So anyway, guess what else he said? Because I had a interesting conversation with this clerk at this convenience store.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was saying like, oh, man, you deal with some of the worst people around here. And he said, yeah, and, you know, here's something weird. He like a homeless guy came in. He's like, oh, I haven't seen you around. Like, where are you from? I don't know, being friendly or like sussing him out or whatever you might say. And the guy's like, oh, yeah, I'm from BC. He's like, oh, what are you doing here?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, you know, it's worse than you can imagine. And who knows like how this worked exactly. And I don't remember exactly how the clerk put it. But he said something to the effect, he's like, oh, you're from BC. Like, how'd you get here? And he said, well, there was a warrant out. And he, like when they arrested him, they brought him here. So that's an interesting question. Like, obviously don't know the details, but was he being like returned to Alberta then he's like back on the street, or was he being sent here?
Oh, are they doing the Klein to us?
Yeah, which brings me back to the point of like everyone's like, what do you do with these people? What do you do with these people? It's like, oh, and you know, all these like degenerate like fent zombies are like major problem. And I'm like, well, the only thing you can do is ship them to Ottawa.
True.
And what if like Vancouver was doing that to us?
Yeah, we used to do it to them.
So
all
I don't
the time.
know, but I thought it was a very interesting thing. And who knows, like maybe the homeless guy was just delusional or something. But something's going on.
Something's up.
Something's up. in any case, yeah, it's like, oh, round them up and lock them up, or just let them loose. No, the solution is ship them to Ottawa,
Yeah, easy.
like they did with the migrants to Martha's Vineyard, which, by the way, they got rid of them very quickly. And
No. Nobody opened up their house?
there was no compassion.
No. So what you
Do
gotta
you think racism? Hang on, I'm tying it all together.
okay.
Is the Fent zombie epidemic worse or a bigger or lesser problem than racism in Canada?
Racism isn't a real problem.
That's not what the Toronto Star said.
Oh. No, that's what the Toronto Star reported. They
Yeah,
didn't-
but they reported it for a reason.
Yeah, why?
It's part of the story that the Toronto Star wants to tell.
Yeah. Why do they want to tell that story? Why is that an important story? Do you think they're trying to make
I don't
Canada
know, but
better?
I
Do
think
you treat- do-
anecdotally,
Yeah.
there is a growing animosity towards people from the Indian subcontinent of
Appar-
Southeast Asia.
Apparently calling someone a Jeet is a Canadian thing.
I don't even think you're allowed to say that, or we'll get demonetized.
We aren't monetized. This is a private conversation.
How am I going to pay my rent?
Rachel Gilmore style. Start a GoFundMe.
E-begging.
Start a Twitch channel and a TikTok channel so you can be like, here's what you need to know about Jeets.
Are you going to buy Rachel Gilmore's new book?
She's making a book.
Apparently she's got a book deal. The question is, will she write it, or can she write it, or will she pull a George R.R. Martin?
Oh,
She'll never complete her fantasy epic.
Amazon will publish your book. That doesn't mean you have a book deal, dude.
No, I don't know. She
What-
said she got some book deal.
With what publishing house?
I don't know, some like hack op. Probably some feminist book club that like gets subsidies from USA.
No publisher. The margin, it's a scary fucking business, dude. You can't have these little pet projects.
If you get
no,
US aid,
No, it's
or
Canadian.
if you're subsidized,
It's Canadian.
or maybe someone
authorship.
is stupid and they think they'll make a bit of money on it
Hmm.
because they're like, oh, Rachel Gilmore is a real
Yeah, but those
a real
people,
superstar.
those people all have ghostwriters. They're like, oh, check out this guy who used to be on a television. Check out the guy
Maybe
from
she'll use
Beachcombers.
Chat
Like,
GPT to write it.
no, he's like, here's the guy for Beachcombers. Here's his autobiography. And everyone's like, my life on the beach. And it's just him in like a sports jacket on the cover. And they're like, oh, I remember Beachcombers. That was ghostwritten. It has to be ghostwritten.
Oh, it happens a lot. But so do you think like they said, like Toronto Star said,
Yeah. Why?
the liberals' quote unquote missteps on immigration helped fuel the problem?
What do they define as missteps by the liberals?
I don't know. I can't read the article. It's behind a paywall.
Okay, then why are we even...
No one reads articles. They just look at headlines and draw all conclusions from that.
True.
That's why they lie in headlines.
Yeah. What do you think their quote-unquote missteps were? Too many Jeets? Is that what led to the rise in South Asian hate?
I think there's just like people have noticed there's too many freaking people, and I think there is
Are they
a
fatigued?
bit of a resistance. Yeah, I think there's probably is a bit of a fatigue of people from the third world coming in.
Why? Why are they fatigued? What's the problem?
Where do you begin?
Well, like, so you see aside from people losing it in, the Tim Hortons line, because there's a barrier to English, this would occur with any person who is unable to speak the mother tongue of the nation that they're in. Right? But what is it about these people that lead to this quote unquote rise in hate? It's not just a language barrier.
Well, I don't know. I guess people have some.
Do you think?
opinions about behavior.
Do you think it's So, do you think it's resentment? Some resentment?
That's what some people would suggest. The leftists would say maybe that would be his explanation.
What are
it's
they?
like, oh, they resent them.
Oh no. I think they resent themselves for letting it happen.
It might be too deep for people.
Yeah.
There's an angst.
How'd it get so bad? I just wanted to grill.
Yeah, I just wanted to grill.
How'd it get so bad? Who makes these decisions? Whose idea was this?
Well, you've seen all the charts
Oh,
they go like parabolic.
Yeah.
And it's really like this massive surge under the current or whatever former regime of Trudeau.
Yeah.
And it'll probably continue.
Do you I don't know if it was Parker Banks or Skeptical Waves did a output of Return of the Strong Gods, which was like a article penned by
That's a
guy.
book.
Is it a full book?
Could buy it on the internet.
Have you read it?
No, but it looks pretty interesting.
It's mostly about dudes getting married. That's apparently the answer. But it was about the attack on nationalism, right? And this idea. And it seems like the problem is...
Well, it's a... Pardon me, go ahead.
Good.
Well, I was going to say, I think what it's supposed to be about is like the liberal order has tried to suppress all the...
Nationalism?
Well, that's one of the other gods that they've tried to suppress, right? And the idea is like it could be nationalism or whatever, family, or there's a bunch of different ones from I think how they kind of lay it out. And despite their efforts to suppress it, the idea is like the return of the strong gods.
Mm-hmm.
They've tried to put like these small gods kind of in their place in the service of the new god of the liberal order. I'm probably not putting it exactly.
I think it's a good
correct.
synopsis. Yeah.
But so in failing to do so, it's the return of the strong gods, like these other impulses of collectivist orientation that might clash with the prevailing one.
Can Whitey ever be a collectivist again?
I don't know. I mean, I've talked with people about that and read about it and kind of like opinions. And to me, it just seems too vague for Whitey. Like Whitey as such doesn't seem like a good binding agent for the Whitey.
Yeah,
because you might have like
outgroup preference,
the Dutch or English or whatever.
Yeah, but they have strong opinions on how much they like people that aren't white.
I suppose so.
Right? So they can identify what it is that they do like, and conversely can identify the thing that they don't like, which is whitey.
Well, I think there is a sense, and it seems not to operate in like the boomer mentality. But
the boomers sure got exposed this election. Huh?
Yeah, like we kind of saw a bit of the tendency or the pattern with this election, but
there's been some great keynote out of this fucking like the boomer double guns.
That guy was awful.
It
was a very iconic image.
Great
though.
photo, dude.
The younger people in Canada seem to be more irate.
Do you think?
Although that's probably even a strong word for Canadians.
So, no, they're destitute, man. Like they're just fucked. They know they're fucked, and the question is, do they have collective identity?
Doesn't really seem like it. You might have a few pockets of something, again, a little like tighter here and there. Quebec seems to kind of have the, and it doesn't even like, work in this case if you kind of look at the overall results, but they put up sort of a front that it's all very important. Like, hey, our identity, our people. our nation within the nation, or whatever they call themselves.
They shoof.
So, I mean, there's that. But I mean, come on.
Okay, so that is a great transition to tell me about these Alberta separatist parties, dude.
Well, the main one right now is
The Republican?
Alberta Republicans, which is a horrible choice of name in
Absolutely.
a Canadian context. Shouldn't be
A little better
inherently
than
anything wrong with it, but it's
Freedom?
a stupid idea.
Freedom Party?
I don't know. I guess there's always a few little fringy ones that are
Maverick Party.
Oh man. So I'm so disheartened by the state of these people. Because, I'd like nothing more than to see Canada like broken up into multiple countries that somewhat make more sense. And you just get like the flakiest, really short-sighted orientation in a lot of these parties. So the latest, of course, Carney loses the election. Or sorry, Carney wins the election. Eastern Canada triumphant once again, business as usual.
Yeah.
Plunder the resources, dish it out to your buddies out in the real Canada.
Yeah.
Suck it out of the colony, give it to the East. So, that gets reanimated or fired up a bit with the election, and just seems totally dysfunctional. Like, so you've got basically a major kind of human capital deficit on the separatist side. Like, where's the billionaires? Where's the leaders?
Yeah.
Where's nobody with any kind of like influence or power in the scene to be a representative or leader with some muscle.
Yeah.
It's always like weirdos who kind of show up. But anyway, so
there was that one guy, I don't know, he like did an interview on a horse. He had a cowboy hat. Pretty Albertan.
you need a
older
big,
guy.
charismatic leader. Like, that's just reality.
You need who's
this-
the Alberta Nigel Farage?
That's the thing. There isn't anything like that.
Yeah.
And he's kind of terrible, but he had kind of a good thing going for a little while.
He means something.
So there's really nothing like that. And of course, recently you had this by-election in Alberta, in the most arguably conservative riding in the whole province.
Yeah.
And the Separatists come in third behind the NDP. They get walloped. And, it's Cam Davis. I think he's kind of like a hack. I think he's like a Kenny buddy, and he has this real beef with Danielle Smith. So whatever you think of that, there's like a personal issue that seems to be underlying things.
Yeah.
He's just totally inadequate as the leader of a separatist party.
Yeah.
If everyone says, we got to have a referendum and we're going to like separate. It's like the movement's in just total disarray. It doesn't have anywhere near what it needs to make it work.
Who could do
and
it?
the base, like it or not, the base, for the most part, really likes Danielle Smith.
Yeah. I think that's fair. It's too bad she's like...
Well, one of
She's not
the
the
issues
one.
there is, she probably assumed for a long time, not that I'm saying she would have taken any like really epic steps otherwise, but she probably just thought like the Conservatives were going to win and they'd have a slightly friendlier thing in Ottawa.
Yeah.
And now like that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Now you got Carney, and he'll probably be worse.
He's pretty bad, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Before
trying
we
to
go on to Carney, though,
Yeah.
this separatist thing is very interesting and discouraging.
Yeah.
You need
who could lead it?
I have no idea. That's
There's
the
no
thing.
one.
I don't know. I don't think it's in good shape.
I have a theory.
What?
We just get really smart rich people in a group, in a coven, in a covco. And we just use fucking Klein's daughter as a mouthpiece. Symbols matter, names matter.
Yeah, I think we talked about this before, but
Let's do it.
I don't know. You need a few things. I think you need some big names in business, like some millionaires.
That's the covco.
You need like some, Silicon Valley billionaires
need a Peter
aligned
Thiel.
around you. You need Yeah, you need a Musk or a Thiel, or again, like it or not, for those people, you need stuff like that around something that wants to
Canada doesn't
become a
have
new
Canada
regime.
doesn't have millionaires in capital. It has millionaires in entertainment, which immediately makes them all like Mike Myers. Like,
Well, there's a big problem in that if you look at like the top, billionaires' philanthropic contributions in the U.S., they're all like progressive billionaires.
yeah,
So it makes you wonder, well, there are right-wing billionaires. What do they spend their money on? Like, what
results.
causes are they writing checks for?
They're not.
And here, I mean, I don't know who's writing checks. And the separatist thing has this major problem where they think it's just like people power. It's kind of a very leftist sort of orientation that they might not realize.
Yeah.
It's like the populist delusion, as you would say. You can't have this headless blob that just votes its way to victory. You need to have, it's like you need to choose someone someone needs to like choose to be elected, if that makes sense. He needs to like choose to be chosen by the mob, if that makes sense. So basically you need like the leader. Basic kind of like whatever.
Dude,
you might not like it, but that's just how it is.
Even the French Revolution had leaders, dude.
So the separatism movement seems to have terrible leaders.
Someone's got to swear the tennis court oath, dude, and just fucking get it done.
But did you hear when Nenshi got elected in that by-election recently in Edmonton in Notley's old riding? He said this was because Canadian or Albertans reject separatism. He took his like very easy by-election as a like weird endorsement for something that I don't really think
the polls are pretty bad for poor old Nenshi, dude.
I'm telling you, he's not gonna make it. When he blinks, it takes him like 10 seconds to open his eyes again. There's something wrong with him.
I think there is. He looks ill. He looks like
something wrong,
unwell. And it's not the typical like leftist. Like, we know there's an aesthetic issue to the leftist. Like the biological
there's an image, there's a stereotype, there's data to back it up.
Bio-Leninism, dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Who, if you were to try to explain to someone Bio-Leninism, do you think that they would think that you're schizo? How many people do you think in the world understand that concept?
I don't know, maybe like 10,000, 20,000.
It's a big deal.
It was an old like NRX thing.
Yeah. No, it's a Nick Land kind of fucking.
I think it came from Spandrel originally, or maybe not, but
no.
I don't.
Bloody Shovel, buddy.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Nick Land just runs in those groups, but I think he was kind of like the main. No, maybe Spandrel is involved, but he's a hardcore like hereditarianist, and he's just like, you can't. Like, we all know what's going on here, but we can't say anything because, how do you move people? And you don't do it by saying that they're cursed to fucking wallow in their fucking 80 IQ world. They're like, no, you can do anything you want. It's just like, no, you can't be 6'5", dude. You can't have a good head of hair. And you can't have an IQ over fucking 110. It's not going to happen for you. Do you think that gets people to vote?
Well, no, probably not. But
that's why
it's probably like the worst democratic or pitch in a democracy you could make.
That's why everyone acknowledges hereditarianism, but no one can. It never becomes it's a.
Yeah, you just give us enough, raise your taxes, and give us enough regulatory power, and we'll make it right.
Do you think
we'll overwrite reality?
Yeah,
we'll revolt against nature and overthrow it.
They just didn't have proper education. Underneath every Dutchman is an Englishman waiting to get out. We just have to get them out of.
How do we get on the subject, though?
We got there from NDP, dysgenic leftists.
Is it because Nenshi is looks dysgenic.
Yeah, he looks unwell, dude.
He is really he is the image though.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this bloated, greasy slob.
Skinny legs,
who's
big
very
fat belly,
effeminate.
greasy,
Just kind of weird and
paisley shirt, lazy eye. His grooming isn't necessarily
got this
all
weird trash talk that comes across really lame.
Yeah.
I'm sure his fans love it.
I bet he sounds like a really tough junior high teacher.
It's kind of like a Trump thing almost. Like, this government is stupid. But it comes across really lame.
It's like TikTok pitches, dude. So what is it about? Did you see who the new chief medical officer of health for Canada is?
Yeah, it's looks like some. I was talking about this with someone the other day, and we were kind of laughing about it. But yeah, it's like looks like some big old white lady in a hijab.
Yeah, she's light skinned, but I bet she could bear you many children. I bet, and she could help bring in the groceries for sure.
So this is politically incorrect, but there's a lot of like left-wing women are into the Islam thing. They're like, oh, that's such a wonderful religion, because it's part of the whole like
based
go against anything Western, right? Even though it's sort of a Western religion in a sense, but we think of it as, the other religion. Leftism drawn to the other, of course. But there's this pattern you may have noticed where leftist women, there's an image, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily the most
what word picture do you draw when I say this, Yeah.
Yeah. And it seems like she's sort of that kind of character who went in that direction, like maybe married into like some Muslim dude, because in a sense the standards are different. Like the like, hey, this white lady, now she's a Muslim and loyal Muslim wife with this Muslim husband, and but not good looking.
Yeah.
Not exactly a catch.
Like I said,
Not to sound too like, harsh or whatever.
she will bear you children
Demeaning.
and help you bring in the groceries for sure.
So it's just got that vibe.
How much do you think she can fucking squat, dude?
390 pounds.
No fucking way. There's no way. But she might be a two-plater. I've never seen a woman do more than fucking 2 plates, but she could do it. 225 on her back. Just fucking go.
Replacing Teresa Tam. Remember her?
I still, to this day, that like weird Photoshop that somebody like colored in her eyes black. I'm like, when someone says the word demon, I just picture that image of her with her fucking crooked teeth and just like kind of doing that.
Very like Peter Jackson goblinoid looking.
Dude. Yeah.
Like, oh, your makeup looks great. You're going to be a great goblin. Hey, what makeup? I'm not wearing any.
Halloween already, huh?
Leftist women.
Dysgenic, dude.
So we were talking about separatism. Maybe we want to talk about that some more. Nenchi's big victory against it, notwithstanding. It's like, I don't think the movement's in good shape. It's very disheartening because I don't like it.
The window's closed. It's too late. There's so many fucking Canadians here, dude.
That's a huge problem. We had first quarter massive move into Alberta from the rest of Canada. That's not good.
They gotta go.
They all gotta go. They need to go back.
Yeah,
back to
remember when we
whatever province.
Dude, we went out for, I think last year we went out for breakfast
in that newspaper
article, and I was like, I want to fucking deport this guy, and he's just like, I don't like Calgary because it's not fucking gay enough. like my rent controlled apartment isn't fucking gay enough. Like, dude, get out of here. This old man from Arizona, he's just like, yep. Like, yeah, come on in, dude. But I need some real fucking loyalty oaths being sworn. I need some real, like, Covco's getting fucking signed. Everyone's got to have like an AA sponsor. Like somebody's just like, hey, you know this person like has a rainbow flag on their lawn, and they're like, get them gone, and take their sponsor and fucking 50 lashes, dude. Like, they gotta go, because we have real fucking problems, and your bullshit is in the way and preoccupying an insane amount of like differential energy. Like, you want to talk about a graph? Let's talk about the times racism was mentioned after fucking Occupy Wall Street. That's a very interesting graph too.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah, weird, right?
Yeah, can see how that would happen.
So that's why people like Jimmy Dore really appeal to people like us. Because the acknowledgement of he's a bit of a commie in a way.
He's like way far left.
Yeah, bit of a commie, and like, to hell with horseshoe theory, but this idea of collective action or collective interests. Well, now you're talking my language, dude. Like, yeah, we should all do this thing. So it's either we get rid of the government or we fix the government, right? To act in our interest. I've given up on liberty, dude. We're not good enough.
Not good enough.
We're not good enough. Can you conclude otherwise?
No, it's true.
Where were you when you realized that?
Lawrence Reed's old book, like, read it a long time ago.
Do you recall when you just said, like, yeah? Or do you immediately have that gut reaction of like, no, we're not good enough?
Well, you know, there was a thing that always bothered me that I thought was really naive and foolish, that certain libertarian types would say. It's like, oh, we'll just wait for society to collapse and then like liberty will rise from the ashes.
It's the natural state of man.
So the first question, well, yeah, you know, that's sort of one thing you might say to back up the idea, but it's
yeah, so let it all crumble down and the libertarian utopia will rise from the ashes.
Yeah, and so my thought was always like, well, why wouldn't it just get worse? And, you know, it's an idea thing. Like, what ideas do people have? Are people going to collapse and have the ideas or, like, the virtue to get better? Or are they going to be, like, have the worst character, no virtue, degenerate, immoral ideas, and so it gets worse?
No.
Like, there's no reason it goes one way. And so that basically has always been something I thought. And it's like, well, yeah, ideas depend on, or it's really like the ideas and the people and the way they are that determines the society that you have. It's not like the type of society. You just get rid of terrible governments and then people are going to be wonderful. Like, once you set them free, right? Like, some people, what flows out of that is like what you just said, like, we are not good enough for liberty. The reason we don't have it already is because we're not good enough for it.
Yeah.
And to get to that point where you're good enough for it, you know, what do you do? How do you get the new people?
This isn't
how do you get people who know how to be free, if you will?
Yeah. It's not like salvation. It's not simple. You can't just like be good enough for liberty by just accepting liberty.
Well, like, if it collapses and you know, the horrible democratic social welfare regulatory managerial state collapses, yeah, in some sense your shackles come off, but you can kind of, you know, enslave yourself to the darkness still.
It's sort of like that. I keep going back to that debate between Yarvin and Rufo because it's such a good exchange, and I get closer to Rufo every time I listen to it, because when I listened to it at first I was like, haha, gotcha. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're a grifter. Paw Patrol, get fucked.
It's an interesting debate because it's kind of annoying and kind of like a terrible debate in a lot of ways, but they both sides have to be dealt with, and there's what do you do with
There's
that?
no answer here. But the statement of like the people of America and thus Canada, these people are not the people of 1770 America. Like, those guys were savages. Do you know what I mean? They were like hardcore Protestant like.
Well, it's the Brave New World thing. They've like bred the fighting spirit, so to speak, out of people. Like there will always be what Hoppe called the natural elite, and they'll always hunger for the liberty. But most people,
what about the natural slave?
That's also a problem.
Dude, I don't want to run a country or a company. I am a natural slave in a way. I don't want to worry about it. I just want to do the things I find fun or interesting. I don't want to like worry about everybody's interests. I don't want to. My instincts and my reason are not aligned, and a true leader has those aligned. My instincts is to like punish and like crush.
The whole virus panic experience was like you can't come out of that unchanged.
I think,
and one of the issues is like you just see most people don't want to be free. Like they are. Like they were loving it.
They fucking loved it, dude. Those 5 cops taking down that fucking guy. He's like, I have an exemption. Like, shut up.
But there's another angle too, which kind of makes it complicated too, because a lot of people who loved it, of course, was like, rules for thee and not for me.
Yeah.
Because there was the classic, politicians going to dinner.
Party at the Sky Palace.
Yes, party at the
Sneak
Sky
out
Palace.
To see my mistress.
And Gavin Newsom at his private restaurant with his birthday party, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And of course, it's unavoidable because the rules were like insane.
Yeah.
And some people, they're like, "Oh, I'm following the rules." Most people just like, "Fuck this! I'm not following this rule."
Yeah.
And they're just,
I'm just gonna
making
go
it work.
play hockey in an open rink in the middle of winter. Like, no, go get them, boys.
But yeah, like most people either don't want you to be free, which is one problem, and they're not just gonna live and let live. And then other people don't want to be, like, they want to be enslaved.
I think what...
So you don't want to be enslaved, I don't think, but you don't want to be in charge.
Fuck no.
So that's not really, I don't think, natural
No.
enslaved. But some people, I think, want to be enslaved, although they wouldn't put it in those terms because it sounds so bad. But it's basically what they want. Like, it's like that stupid old joke. It's like, oh, you want 3 free meals a day and free housing and free healthcare? Yeah, go to jail.
Yeah.
But there's a deep truth in that. Like,
Lions live longer in captivity.
the government gives you everything you want and takes care of you. What is the cost?
Yeah. Your spirit.
And some people are like, yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Your spirit.
Give me a carny house.
Soviet Carney Block.
Provided by Brookfield portfolio companies.
Canada residential block number 16. I just concluded we weren't good enough for liberty the second I saw how willing people were to put me in a fucking camp.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm like, liberty is important to me, and these people will make it impossible. It's an existential issue.
Well, one of the core things about maintaining that opinion of being a libertarian is you're like, you know what? People are reasonable. They seek their own best interest, and it's not for me to second guess this.
We just need to awaken the love of freedom in people's hearts.
Yeah, like the Ron Paul revolution, buddy. Let's just, unleash people's freedom-loving tendencies. But part of that freedom is just like stepping on someone's throat. Do you know what I mean?
No.
The will to power is like you can't get it out of people. You can't.
Well, people do want to control other people, and that's the problem.
Feels
So
fucking good, dude.
no, people just want to be left alone. Deep down, everyone's a libertarian. It's okay, a lot of people do want to be left alone, but a lot of people
Don't you want
do
to grill?
not want to. They want you to leave them alone, but they don't want to leave you alone. So it's like, it's a two-way street, and some people aren't they're just given and they aren't taken.
Turn that
Other way
music.
around. You know what I mean?
Turn that music down. Well, it's just I'm just trying to grill. You're like, turn your fucking music down. Put headphones on.
We're living in a society.
I'm gonna put you in a fucking camp, you piece of shit.
Yeah, you need to be put in the camp.
Yeah, playing
The
loud
COVID
music
camp,
after 10
unvaxxed
o'clock.
camp, leper camp.
Dude, walking around with a pair of JBLs, just fucking playing some Kendrick Lamar.
But I mean, that impulse was just, explored in that context. And it was just, it's kind of where a certain mentality goes to. And, but people have talked about that for a long time as things have gotten spicier and spicier and, sort of the modern political dialogue, especially inflamed with certain tendencies on the internet. But it's, all these far right whack jobs like these MAGA tards or these whatever. They need to be removed from society. They need to have their children taken away. They need to be cut off. They need to, et cetera, et cetera.
So like in Canada where they have that thing, if you don't call your underage child by the gender that they prefer, they'll take them away. Is it just like that or is it different? Affirm trans kids or will take them from you.
Well, they wanted to take children away from people who weren't following the rules in the lockdown.
Not going to vaccinate them? Jail.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want your kid to wear a mask? Jail.
Yeah.
Oh, you had a birthday party for your kids at your house? Jail. We need to get tough on these.
Take their kids.
Yeah, they don't believe in science.
Take their kids.
They're brainwashing their children. Like it's,
the
COVID thing was just kind of like a manifest or an expression of that mentality. It was like an opportunity because it was very sort of weird in the way it aligned politically and the way certain people became a target, and there was a little bit of confusion on to who was on which side because some people were like, "Oh, I'm a leftist," and but my people are going crazy.
Well, like I had to forgive them. I can make excuses for them. I can be like, "Yo, not everyone's autistic like I am."
It's kind of like after 9/11, it's like, well, we got to kill all the Muslims.
Yeah, you're like, whoa.
It's like, okay.
What's up with this letter this guy wrote?
I see people are upset.
This is interesting. What's up with the guy who said that he did it? What's up? Did he say why he did it? And they're like, yeah. Like, cool, did you read it? And they're like, no. Fuck that. And Tucker Carlson said the biggest mistake he ever made was reading that fucking letter.
Oh, because it's like, why do they hate us?
Yeah.
They hate us for our freedom.
Yeah, and he's like, get the kefir off our land. I'm like, you've been doing this since the fucking 40s, dude. Get out of here.
Yeah, he's like, we'll wave a black flag, you'll attack us, and we'll kill you on our sands.
Yeah. So, like, the whole thing, I can be like, oh, it's not their fault. Billions of dollars of propaganda. Yeah. They had the military running psyops on them. They were scared.
The fact that there's that subject to it is a danger.
I have a duty to them because they're so fucking weak. And my duty is basically to let them know that, no, they're being like, hey, you're kind of getting fucked with here. Like, don't do it. I'll show you that you can live and be and do this without fucking falling for this. You don't have to take it. Do some research. Make your own decision. You're too weak to stand on your own. So just listen to someone who's strong. They're not the right ones to follow here.
Well, we're talking about it in kind of like this extreme case and like where the existential aspect became so clear to some of us. But then you see it in, you see kind of like come out in the way the election goes too. It's like, oh, we just got to convince these people that like,
they're wrong.
They're poor because of the liberals' policy is bad. It's like they like those policies. It's not hurting them.
It's in their interest. How else? Why else would they vote
for the charts? That? It's all like it's a very specific class of people, and they love it. They're living it up.
Dig it.
They're digging it.
It's in. They say themselves better off in that scenario.
You're not going to change their mind. They don't hunger for liberty.
Yeah. So, like the libertarian point of view, I always had to go like, look. People are reasonable. They'll act in their own interest. The world is complicated, competitive. It's got sharp corners. They're good enough. And seeing that they're like, oh, by the way, they'll also gang up on you and try to put you in a camp for like literally fucking propaganda. And I was like, and it did make me mad at the government because that's what the government does. Made me mad at people for just being like, yeah, I'd be okay with that. Yeah, just round them up. Can't be too safe. So that's what made me stop, because I was like, no, like these people, because that whole like, oh, people are too dumb mentality to me always felt like a fucking cop out.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Right? They're like, oh, these people are
I mean,
too.
to some degree, it's true. Like, you know, most people are kind of the dullards, but Hoppe even, you know, talks about that in like third or fourth essay in Democracy God the Fail, that talks about like, you know, the natural elite and the delegitimization of the state and stuff. And it's like, most people are just happy to trudge along, whether
Just want to grill.
whether you just call them a natural slave or something like a more tame title. He talks about it'll always be, I mean, and he, you know, draws it from Etienne de la Boétie, like old stuff.
Yeah.
And he says, you know, it's only going to be the tiny minority that hungers for liberty and like seeks that flame, like, and you know, some people it might awaken in them, but it's not like it's that type of person who has that awakening. It's not like everyone else. But the thing is, those people could, in theory, lead people towards like more liberty, in a positive way. But there's not really, you know, like a pro-liberty aristocrat on your side.
No, why would they be? That doesn't get them power. Doesn't get them the excuse to exercise power, which is even fucking crazier.
Eric Colonel Ledeen, he, you know, classical liberal, but monarchist. And one of the things he said, which is important, was that liberty was always like an aristocratic value. Like, it was never the mob that wanted liberty. It was, you know, like nobles fighting for the Magna Carta. It was, you know, like the landed elite who like stood up to the king for their rights, that kind of trickled down, for lack of a better term, to their, you know,
became fashionable, to
their kingdom or their property, their estate, like their dominion. So, you know, take that idea, like you don't want to make yourself out to be super special, or like make myself out to be super special, but only some people are going to hunger for the liberty. Maybe it's because you have to be a certain degree of like autistic mental person, because libertarianism attracts a lot of odd ducks, let's say.
I think that's kind.
Yeah, it is.
How many so you've organized libertarian meetups, of the, let's say 50 people came to one. Okay. So just a sample, you know, they probably drifted in and out, but let's take 50 of them. How many of them have kids?
Honestly, I would say quite a few.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. How many have more than one kid?
Honestly, I would say quite a few, but again, it's because like it's always been a big tent kind of thing. Yeah. Like, you know, you get some weirdos, but you get people who are like pretty normal and functional and like have families and
unlock 100% of the resources for everyone.
That guy definitely did not have children. He was like some weird leftist old bachelor.
Yeah. I don't know.
But
so
he's going to unlock those 100% of the
make life better for everybody.
100% of the people.
Get in line. Follow him. Frederick the Great. Born again.
I should check in on that guy.
I wonder how he is. So that's actually kind of a surprising answer, because I assumed in the same way that like communism pulls some genetic dead ends, I think libertarian pulls also a lot of genetic dead ends.
Well, you know what? There's a lot of engineers who tend to be, again, like odd ducks, but a lot of them like are successful, normal people. So, you know, you get the nerds and stuff, but you also get a lot of normal, smart people. Like, overrepresented more than anything, I would say, is the engineers. And engineers, you get like kind of the subcategories of...
They see governance as an engineering problem.
Yeah, kind of. Well, they think logically about problems, and like, this doesn't make a lot of sense.
What's the deal with that?
What's the deal with this government policy?
Why would they take all this money from me just to give it back?
And so, you'll get some people who come up with...
How do people get more money back from carbon taxes than they pay?
No, honestly, definitely some total lame people over the years. But a lot of, like, pretty good people, like rural, urban, professional, working class, like, in general, pretty high quality, I would say.
Okay.
With some occasional exceptions of total kind of lower quality.
But, like, those people aren't... Do you think that they understand what it takes to go from A to B?
No. That's what everyone's always wondering about. That's the big question. It's like, okay, so you're right. Now what?
You murder everybody.
So your philosophy is good. Now what?
Yeah, and they're like, I can't violate the NAP. Like, okay, is it doing that?
I mean, that's not even a problem. I don't know why, some people complain about that. It's like, defense is kind of a broad thing, but you're living in a system where that's like inherently aggressive towards you. So, you got to deal with like what counts as proper defensive action. But it's, it really is. It's like Lysander Spooner said, when you conscript guys on like either side of the army and you throw them in together, like you don't necessarily blame one guy for killing the other guy, even though, wasn't really justified per se.
Slave soldiers will do that, yeah.
It's like, survival of the rats in the cage. It's law of the jungle kind of, because you're in like a state of disorder, like under the democratic or under, like the state.
Do you know how you justify it?
What, the killing somebody in a war when you've been conscripted?
The libertarian overthrow of like the government by force? Do you know how you justify it?
I don't know. Well, I think the basic answer would tend to be that it's unjust, and it's like you'd be just to use violence to like remove the oppressive force.
By what means?
Whether it's practical or how you do it, like there you go. And I think revolution, is kind of inherently sort of a leftist thing. Yeah. And it's not good. Like, it's an ocean of blood, and you don't get something better out of it. You need like a less bloody sort of like regime change, where you get a less a ruler, like a ruling class, because kind of the best you can hope for. Again, you're not good enough for liberty. You're not going to have like your utopia of freedom, but you can have regimes or rulers who are less bad than others. Like, goes without saying. Some people really struggle with this idea, but it's just true. Some are going to be worse for your liberty, your rights, whatever, for justice, whatever you want to say, than others. So, is there a bloody way you can get less harm, or someone who's going to hurt you less? In a way, it's kind of like, gang battles. It's like, what gang do I join to protect myself imperfectly?
Yeah, you justify everything by winning. If you win, everything can be justified. Even dropping a bomb on a small fishing village.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think that's like a really interesting way to think about it, in a way that's like, the might make right thing is...
But why doesn't a libertarian understand that?
What do you mean? Like...
So, like, if you extrapolate the willingness to attack or defend to protect one's liberty or one's property, if you extrapolate that, you can justify just about anything.
I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. It depends what you mean. But if it's a question of like, okay, so you have these rights, you have these moral claims.
Yeah.
These claims are justified, or what have you. Interference with them is unjustified. The question of whether in fact you can protect that right, or whether in fact someone will respect that, and how you deal with that, there's like the moral justification issue, and then there's like how you actually deal with it. If it is justified and you want to protect it, that's kind of a practical problem on top of like the moral issue.
So why are commies willing to get in the streets and fucking bash heads, but libertarians aren't?
Well, I'm sure there are some libertarian types who would be into that. But I think a lot of what we see of like these leftist kind of street gangs and stuff, a lot of them, I honestly think some of them are like rent-a-mobs and like total losers.
Yeah.
Like, people with 20 convictions for like social disorder and like crimes and stuff. Because it always seems like real losers. The first sign, of course, is that they're out usually in the middle of the day. Well, why aren't you at work?
Yeah.
You're not on the night shift.
No.
If you were, you wouldn't be out here today. All these like Hamas loving protesters or whatever, and like, or the pro-Palestinian protesters.
Have you driven by the ones downtown?
No, I haven't seen them, but I heard they're a real pain in the ass.
No, they mostly mind their own business, but mostly just women who bring their children, like one or two whiteys and Muslim women. That's it.
I would wager most of them are collecting welfare checks.
The only dude I saw there was white.
Well, when you look at the footage I usually see is out of Toronto.
Yeah.
And it seems like a lot of dudes. I'm like, who are these people? What are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, shouldn't you have... It's a sign of like a low-class activity when you see a bunch of men hanging around in the middle of the day not working.
True.
You want to see women with, going to yoga or whatever.
I'm
like
protesting.
Or going to get groceries. But what are these guys doing? Like
protesting.
Yeah. But that's the thing. The only people who go to protest usually have nothing else going on.
The struggle.
Like where's the opportunity cost?
They're morally compelled.
Me to go like protest
Yeah.
would be very expensive.
True. If only we had some kind of like union that paid libertarians to go out and fucking cause trouble.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, where's the benefactors of these movements?
Yeah.
Because there's some rich libertarians.
They don't give a fuck.
What are they writing the checks for?
I think it's deeper. I think the idea of collective action for a shared interest or goal is
very difficult.
Is disgusting to a libertarian.
A lot of them have a major problem with it. And it's kind of like the very shallow...
Fountainhead fucking shit, dude.
Very shallow... unsophisticated kind of libertarian that's kind of like antisocial and doesn't really understand how the world works all that well. Because the proper libertarian understands like how you get these kind of like other nodes of community that uphold society and make liberty kind of possible.
Yeah.
With the problem being like a lot of the responsibilities have been taken from that and it's been turned over to the state, which has eroded liberty because liberty, responsibility go together, right? State takes all the responsibility. Well, you don't get the liberty anymore.
I think...
But you got to have your family, your community, your churches, your businesses, your fraternities, all that stuff needs to really be there to make liberty possible. Like you need institutional and, for lack of a better term, collective. The individual, is expressed through a community, and like the community is expressed through the individuals. Like it's not... Everyone makes it an individual or collective. It's like, oh, it's one or the other. It's like you reconcile the both. That's where
why I
liberty
use the
comes
word
from, right?
That's why I use the word collective action.
It's like the synthesis, man. It's like the Hegelian dialectic, man. It's like
the
just these false. It's like false distinction, man. It's like you gotta reconcile to a higher level, man.
You don't even know, dude.
You gotta synthesize, man.
Well,
you got to evolve, man.
I think, like, what would it take to get a bunch of, how many hardcore Albertan rednecks do you think it would take to cause enough of a scene to, move the needle?
Well, you had the Coots border blockade.
People weren't buying it, dude. Everyone's like... Didn't those guys say they were going to kill cops? Like, the second those charges...
weren't buying it, but, like, that's an example of people doing stuff.
Yeah. Can't be doing stuff as a Canadian.
You can't be doing stuff. Whether that's the right choice, we'll leave that debate open.
You can't take the law into your own hands.
Those guys did, like, an international border blockade. That's pretty hardcore in Canadian terms. We've talked about this before. There was no danger to anybody. It's not like they took hostages or something.
Yeah.
It's not like whatever, like the terrorists in Quebec like a few decades back. They killed some people.
They killed politicians, dude.
Marked areas in the elevator saved millions of lives.
How many rapes were prevented by stop, don't touch me there?
You probably saw the German signs where it's like, hey, if you're at the public pool, like do not touch random people.
Don't rape anyone.
Grope people in the pool.
Don't touch people. Yeah.
I wonder if they needed those signs in the past or if that was a new thing they added.
So what languages do you think those signs are in? Some South Asian languages?
Rupa was complaining about third worlders like watching some public outdoor pool. They were like sitting outside the fence and like watching people and taking pictures.
Taking pictures?
Of people at the pool.
What kind of people?
You can only imagine.
I think we all know.
I think they had lewd interests.
You think no, this is just capturing the moment.
Yeah, they're like journalists.
No, this is art. It's art that you molest yourself to, but it's art.
Molesters.
Do you think they have little WhatsApp group chats that they sent them around? They're like,
oh yeah, for sure.
Check out this girl.
Yeah, it's bad.
Took a photo of her at the water park. Dude. Who's like, remember there was that guy, like the Calgary creeper who would like go around. He got charged. Oh, yeah, Calgary creeper. Yeah, he was like taking photos of girls, like creep shots. And like, I was like, I thought this only happened in
Calgary
Japan,
creeper.
Dude. Like
creep shots. Calgary creep shots.
It was really weird because me and my buddy were like, we knew a guy. And
who was the guy, I wonder?
It better not fucking be him because we all hated him, right? And after, you know, like he got fucking canned. And afterwards, we were just like, we read that news story. We're like, called each, like within that week, we're like, dude, did you see the thing? Like, do you think it's him?
Just a flashback. This is a while back. This is 2017 Canada Creek voyeurism case. Just a flashback. This is a while back.
White guy,
this is,
IT.
2017 Canada Creep voyeurism case. 42-year-old Calgary
that's his
man.
Dead name now?
Jeffrey Robert Williamson. Maybe.
Yeah. Was he charged? Sentence?
Maybe.
I bet there's like no fucking. I bet that's like
charged with voyeurism and publishing voyeuristic images.
Suspended sentence or conditional punishment for that shit. But you'll forever be known as the Calgary creep shot guy. You want to Google that guy's fucking name? Do you think he's on?
I would imagine he was shot guy. He was probably. I would imagine he was.
What was his name again?
Maybe like a lower class individual.
That's a good British name, though.
It's always the British. Jeffrey
Should you
Robert
check
Williamson.
their early life too while you're at it? That's a good British name. Think that guy's got a LinkedIn?
It's always the British.
Should you check their early life too while you're at it? Think that guy's got a LinkedIn?
The story also mentions this. These charges happening. It doesn't matter. One guy was a handyman. He got an 18-month sentence after pleading guilty to installing cameras disguised as electrical outlets in the bathroom of a northeast Calgary home he was hired to renovate in 2014.
Holy shit,
That's
dude.
a creeper.
Holy shit. What do we do with these people?
They gotta go.
They're gonna go where?
Nowhere good.
Do you have a duty?
Send them to Ottawa.
Not good enough.
All these people should be sent to Ottawa. every single fentanyl zombie, criminal, low
Every
life,
creep shotter?
ship them to Ottawa.
Yeah.
Just dump them there. It's the only solution. It's not like they're going to build a new jail. And even if they did, the prosecutors don't like charge anybody.
Why?
Oh, that's a big topic.
Say it.
There's the law, there's the ideology, there's...
I'm just talking about sticks and carrots, dude. Why do your job or why not do your job?
Like I said, there's a lot of factors, I think.
Well, cops, like, if you said, oh, we have incompetent cops and I'll, like, never... The laws...
No, the cops can arrest them.
Yeah,
but
they're
the
like-
prosecutors have to, like...
based on the evidence the cops bring forward. So you'd be like, oh, the cops are incompetent and they don't get me enough evidence to meet the threshold to fucking throw in the book at this guy. So, like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Well, it's like cleaning them up. Like, if you wanted to, you could prosecute them.
Absolutely, dude.
And 99% of cases just get pled out anyway, so you get some conviction out of it.
yeah.
They just don't want to.
But, like,
And, you know, they might... There's an aspect of the futility of it all. There's the ideology, like, oh, they're victims of society, and we won't make them a victim of the legal
Criminals-
system, too.
criminals aren't victims in their act.
They are if you're a jihadi philosopher.
Do you think that that's another really big right-wing indicator?
What? What
That-
you do with criminals, or what you want to do with criminals?
No, what is criminality? Which is,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
like, the idea of punishment. Like,
Yeah,
I-
there's an aspect.
Yeah, like, I tend to be of the school that, like, look, either you do this like a transactional thing where it's like in Japan you can like as part of everything you sue, everyone gets sued and they have to make restitution, right? And I like the idea of restitution. And there's certain things you can't make, like, you know, the court has to make these decisions all the time. They do it for insurance cases. Why can't they do it for things like this? And if they're not going to pay restitution, then, like, some good has to come out of this for victims.
Well, usually just removing them from, like, being able to create more victims.
Yeah, that's
Like,
that's-
get them out of here. Detain them, like, put them away from the normal part of society that...
What do you think in your soul? How do you feel when you see those kind of, like, I see them all the time, like Edmonton police are putting a note out to the public that so and so has been released into their community and is a high risk sex offender and is likely to reoffend.
Yeah, don't you love that?
Here's a picture of them.
And it's not the police, like, releasing them.
Good luck.
The system lets them out.
Well, what do we?
And it's like, yeah, just so you know,
Hey,
we're putting a dangerous person in your community.
this guy raped 13 women and we're letting him loose.
But he's paid his debt to society, you know.
He's all better.
He might be rehabilitated.
You can go to jail and
Don't worry about it.
you go to jail to learn how not to rape.
No, like, it's something wrong with all that. Like, those people, like, they gotta go.
They gotta go, dude.
See, the more quote unquote primitive society deals with them,
Oh, we
and
know.
we're you know, pretty soft hearted.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Canadians.
No, it's more. It's a general sloping slouch towards Bethlehem, dude. Like, it's
One aspect of it is because we always like to be, the Canadians like to be the anti-Americans. They're like, oh, Americans are so hard on criminals. We're not like that. We focus on rehabilitation, not punishment.
dude, it's us pretending like we're Nords, but we're not. We don't have like a real rehab setup. They're like, oh my God, look at the lavish digs of these Swedish prisoners. Like, this is better than your shitty New York apartment. And they're like, yeah, but like, this is pure rehab. This is actual fucking rehab. A lot of people like can't be rehabilitated. And so you have to assume that everybody can, or else you're some kind of like perverse society. And you're not very prestigious, are you? Because look at how you treat your prisoners. Revenge rape? What kind of lowly people do that? And it's like, what do you think when there's this joke in North American culture where they're like, guess where this guy's going? He's going to rape shower prison. Dropping soap, getting raped. And they're like, that makes them happy. They like the idea of dudes getting raped in prison as punishment for things that they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like comeuppance, divine justice.
That's quite the punishment.
Yeah. Then you look at, they're like, oh, the village, look at how backwards this society is. The village elder said that this family.
Yeah, they should stone to death the pervert.
No, they're like, no, well, he raped your sister, so now you get to rape his. All right, call it even. See you guys later.
Yeah.
Adjudicated. Right? Like, I think there was like multiple stories of that in Pakistan. They're like, yeah, they don't have any judges. They just have a village elder. And he's just like, you know, this happens from time to time. You know what? Eye for an eye. You rape his. Like, we'll be good. And they're like, that guy's sister's like, no, like, I didn't do anything. He's like, sorry. Someone's got to pay. Don't drop the soap. Do you not find that weird? You don't think
I guess it kind of makes sense.
You don't think about it at all? You don't think
It
about
was something I thought about a while back. I haven't thought about the issue in a long time.
You don't think about crime and punishment?
Well, yeah, how I want certain people to be punished.
Isn't that what Jordan Peterson tells you to read?
Crime and Punishment, the book by the Russian author.
Dostoevsky?
It's a pretty good book.
Yeah. I mean, I've never finished it.
But what about...
I've tried a couple times. I'm like, fuck this is gay.
Are you more into the Hardy Boys?
I mean, those are good times. I remember in junior high, yeah, fuck yeah.
When did you read your first Hardy Boys novel?
Grade.
How old were you?
I think it was 9.
Yeah, Hardy Boys.
I think they're for like 8 to 14-year-olds or something like that. Probably common nowadays would be 10 to 14. They rebooted the Hardy Boys.
You've probably done it a few times.
There's a new Hardy Boys.
Are you a diehard Hardy Boys fan?
No, but I remember when I was young, I was like, this is cool. Solving crimes, mysteries.
Yeah, it was sweet. And Chicks had Nancy Drew.
They also had Babysitters Club.
Oh, was that like mystery solving?
They also solved mysteries.
Wasn't that just like slice of life hijinks or something?
No.
Okay, I don't really know what that was.
No, it was solving mysteries.
It wasn't hijinks?
No.
That was a good idea. Like detective action stories for teenage boys and detective mystery stories for girls for...
Yeah. What do you think kids read nowadays?
They were popular. I don't think they read. I think they watch like TikTok.
Do you think they listen to true crime reports on YouTube?
I don't know what they do. I'm out of touch. I'm like 90 years old.
I just don't want to walk and be like, hey, what books do your kids read? Like, what do you think someone like me or you walking up to your average person just being like, what kind of books do your fucking kids read? That's how I'd say it too, like a maniac. Like the Liver King.
How many books do you have in the house in which you're raising your children? Like, do you even own a book?
What was the last book your child read or that you read to your child? Do you think they would be offended?
It depends how you ask the question.
Are you sure?
If it has an accusing tone.
No, I think they go, I can't remember. They'd say it like that. Like it was just kind of like, what do you want for dinner? And you're like, you pick.
If you see your parents read, it seems plausible that you'd be more likely to read yourself. And if you live in a house with lots of books, it seems like that might stir your imagination a little bit.
Super lucky there, dude, for sure.
Well, you go to some people's houses. They don't have like a single book in their house.
Yeah, but look at what has happened to you.
Well, I like books. Books are sweet.
You've seen my.
You have a good bookshelf.
It's gross, dude. It's too much.
I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while, but
it's too much. It's like
you can't have too much.
It's becoming a problem.
You should rent out some space and create a little like mini library off-site.
I'm thinking about it. I may have to. There's just too much, dude. Have you ever read Louis L'Amour?
I don't think so.
I think you got to be a real fucking man to read that. Like my old man would read the shit out of those things.
It sounds familiar, but what is it?
It's just always westerns, just pulpy, pulpy westerns, dude.
Oh yeah, pulp is good.
Just like dudes wandering into town, fucking
it's
up.
Like Conan stories.
Yes, dude, they're like Western Conan stories. Except
it's good to read fiction.
Except he didn't fucking kill himself after he wrote it. He just kept cranking them out.
Yeah, some authors just crank them out.
Dude, huge bookshelves, like all of them. And they're all these like little guys about this big, and he would just
mass market paperbacks. It's a dying breed, man.
Yeah.
Because they're not very profitable. No. Big shift towards like more deluxe editions, fancier editions that you can charge more for, and trade paperbacks.
Trilogies, movie deals. That's the market.
But like just the format, like the publishing format of the mass market paperback.
Rachel Gilmore's book is going to be a trilogy.
It'll be a trade paperback with a movie deal.
Movie deal.
Starring Rachel Gilmore.
Who's going to play Rachel Gilmore?
That Faye Johnson.
Rosemary Barton. A chastened elder.
Maybe the flash forward version.
You said Faye Johnson.
I can't tell the difference between the two.
Oh my God, that would be perfect. Actually, that's like an off-Broadway production of the Rachel Gilmore story.
Well, Rachel Gilmore certainly couldn't object because that would be
she's a public
phobic.
Figure. She's a public figure.
Have you watched Rachel Gilmore's Twitch streams lately?
I checked it. The best part is like, I was like in there one time and I'm like, hey, they fucking said this, and she was like, yeah, I'm not gonna read all that. I was like, oh my God.
The only time I've ever gone over to look is like a few minutes. Remember when she got fired? She was going to be like the political analyst for CTV election coverage and like fact check. And then they got some heat, so they turfed her.
Yes.
I remember. And then she had a crying stream, and I went and just watched for like 5 minutes to see kind of what was up.
Did you, were you stimulated? Was your schadenfreude just through the roof? It's nice to see people
journalists
suffer.
Leftist journalists are one of our top enemies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like no good. The way they want us broke and destroyed and ruined and humiliated.
They want your kids taken from you and molested, and they think it's funny.
And they're bad, and they really push things. Like going back to the COVID thing, you think about that, and like a lot of times was the media always pushing for more. Like, why didn't you do this? Why is this restriction so like half-assed? Why this jurisdiction's doing this? You're only doing this. Why? And they were able to like drum up a lot of heat. So a lot of like the pressure was generated by them. Wasn't necessarily coming directly from politicians in all cases.
Look at all the sick people in Florida and Texas.
Yeah, you don't want to be like them, do you?
No, you can't
be like that. No, I guess not. We can.
I don't want grandmas to die.
No, the media is not good. Definitely.
So why?
Definitely the enemy.
What's the difference between that and printing a story about the rise of South Asian hatred? It's the same ends. It's the same goal. It's power. Pure and simple.
Yeah.
So why write about it? Why is it so important?
Because they want to get action taken against their enemies that are perceived as the source of this
chuds.
Animus.
Fucking chuds. Get
them.
It's very important that we regulate speech online.
Yeah, well, yeah.
What do you think about the boomer take of like, you should put your real name if you're gonna say that shit
Terrible
online.
idea. Like, do you realize what we're living in under a hostile regime?
Yeah.
Sometimes depends on your situation, but sometimes it's not going to be a good idea.
It's getting a little different. Like you can't be. We can't all be Jared Taylor, the white man. Okay, like we can't all live like Jared Taylor. We can't all live like Nick Fuentes. You know, whether you agree with him or not, but he's like, yeah, I'm putting my name on it. Can we all live like that, Shiloh chick or whatever the fuck her name is? $1 million. Gypsy Crusader. You know?
Yeah, that was kind of an odd example.
Yeah. But, like, this whole, like, I'm going to ruin your fucking life for some words. That doesn't seem like that doesn't work anymore. So, like, this whole smearing of identity, like, I wouldn't say that it doesn't work anymore, but it's like people have overcome, and there is a collective will to disarm one's enemies of this weapon.
Well,
because for the longest time, Aaron O'Toole, I love playing, like, you're like, you're racist. You're like, you don't understand.
I think they've been knocked back on their heels a little bit, but they'll be pushing it once they.
Are you sign tapping?
I don't know. Don't make me tap the sign.
Don't make me tap the sign, dude.
I mean, I think it's a, in maybe military terms, it's almost like a strategic defeat. Like they're falling back a little bit to the next supply line.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think any of that's gone away. I think it'll probably get worse over time. Especially in Canada.
Recruitment numbers are way up in the U.S. military.
Yeah, of course.
The prophecy might be true, dude.
What's the prophecy? Are you talking about the idea that, like...
The 4chan post. Like...
I don't know what that is. I was thinking... Anyway.
I'm thinking of... Maybe you're thinking of the other one. I'm thinking of the 4chan post, which is...
Is it the thing where, like, they wanted to get more people in the military, so they have to make it look like they've killed the wokeification?
They have to dial it back, yep.
Yeah.
But don't ever forget, they fucking hate you. Yes. They hate you. They just need you to fight their war for them.
Yeah. No, that's... a lot of people have talked about that.
Yeah, but it was perfectly summarized in that 4chan post. And that's the sign. That's the sign Tapper's sign. Like, is this like an optimization where you're like, oh, well, I don't want to be a fool, so I'm just going to say none of this is going to happen. So worst case, I'm disappointed. Like, I was never wrong, and I'll never be wrong. I'll only be pleasantly surprised. They're like, oh, yeah, DEI is gone. Chris Rufo saved the day.
People... since the glory days of, say, anti-SJW YouTube and such, people have been saying for a decade that, like, we've defeated the feminists, or we've defeated the woke, or we've defeated the SJWs, or the left is collapsing, the left is collapsing, the left is collapsing. Been hearing it a lot.
Remember Go Woke, Go Broke?
Yeah, Go Woke, Go Broke.
Yeah. Tim Pool, still living the dream.
Tim Pool, I haven't heard that name in a long time. Is he like still a? He's still like a
still at her,
like a culture warrior.
Yeah, I guess his civil war that he was like predicting for a year never happened. But Stefan Molyneux has re-entered the public sphere.
He came back a while back.
What do you think when I say the
word?
He
had a big audience.
Yeah. What do you think of when I say the word Stefan Molyneux?
It's never really my jam.
I think
like there was remember the weird defooing and
no.
Oh, that was like, like reject your family and because like your family is oppressive and like weird stuff and like the whole sort of philosophically unsophisticated kind of libertarianism stuff. Like I've seen just mostly been unimpressed over time, but like really good speaker and can speak for a long time. Like good skills in terms of like an orator and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've seen over the years, I saw a few really good, interesting like presentations he did about like a certain topic. But in general, I never really liked his whole. I guess as like a philosopher kind of thing, like kind of weak, and like he did that really bad book about blanking on the title, but it was very bad.
I just think nice old guy doesn't want you to hit your kids.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Like he seems like a nice fellow.
Yeah. But I bet deep down, like there's a little bit of me that kind of goes like, this guy's probably traveled to Southeast Asia.
Did he get banned because like I remember he was a big Trump supporter, but was it something to do like when he went down like the whole IQ rabbit hole or something?
Oh no, did he?
Like what was the triggering event?
I forget, but I think it was like it was like fucking tame. But he was on the bad boys list just from the get-go.
Well, he was a big takedown. Like he had a huge channel, and his audience was big. And I remember in the whole kind of libertarian scene, like he was a big thing. And when I first heard about him from someone, I'd never heard of him before. I'm like, it'd be like, kind of how do you come to these ideas? Yeah. Maybe from West Coast, East Coast tradition.
Yeah.
Ayn Rand, Murray Rothbard, Hayek, like, any of these people, like, oh no, Stefan Molyneux. I was like, what?
Yeah.
It was seemed really influential on a certain young generation of
he's pretty
liberty oriented.
I'd take him over Peterson any day, dude.
Would you want to have like whiskey and pizza with him at the pub?
Yeah.
It'd probably be interesting to talk to for an hour or two or three.
Yeah.
But then you're saying he's better than Peterson. Would you want to have pizza and whiskey at the pub with Peterson for a few hours?
It's fashionable.
I think they'd both be pretty interesting to talk to.
It's more in my conviction to say no, but like there's a thing in me that says like, yeah.
I would find it quite interesting to get a chance to talk to Jordan Peterson. Okay, but I'd be like, wouldn't that be more interesting than Molyneux?
Probably, maybe, but like,
no, this is a different standard maybe than from what you were talking about. But like, in terms of like, I guess, interestingness.
Yeah, but like,
I never really got the whole Molyneux thing.
But like, kind of going to be like, hey, what made you think saying I don't engage in hypotheticals would be a proper debate response if you decided to be like, I'm going to debate a room of atheists? I'm like,
well, that whole thing didn't make any sense, and the whole thing was stupid. Like,
who let that happen?
I don't know. The whole thing was dumb. I didn't even see much out of it other than a few clips with some snarky like.
I'd rather send up Jay Dyer, dude. The rabbinical texts say you're wrong. I'm Jay Dyer, by the way. Nice to meet you. Do you think how many atheists do you think
Jay Dyer? Some of his detractors call him Gay Dyer.
How many atheists in a row do you think Jay Dyer could debate?
He debated Molyneux.
Oh yeah,
that was one of the only, this must be a long time ago, but they debated like theism or something. Internet debates are terrible. I've never seen like internet people having debates is terrible. Not like I can enjoy a good debate. But internet debates with internet people, usually they're like not experts or really all that knowledgeable in things they're talking about. Are you saying
Jay Dyer is not an expert in theism?
I doubt it.
Are you sure?
Just debating on the internet. It's a different skill than knowing things.
But you have to know things to counter the things that they say.
No, you don't.
No, you could be like, I'm going to pull up Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's what.
Or you can just be a great rhetorician. You could be like a Steve Bannon. Not everybody's Steve Bannon. So,
do you think you could win a debate against a moral nihilist?
No.
Do you think you could win a debate against Jay Dyer?
Yeah.
What would you debate?
Like
The rabbinical texts?
Gay Dyer. Just call him Gay Dyer and hang up. See you later.
That's a kill shot. That's an intellectual headshot.
There's no coming back, dude.
No.
That's like super hot fire.
It's like
that's a bunch of dudes just standing around going, "Oh." No, and I don't think I can engage in a adversarial scenario like that beyond having people define like I can just do the like why do you think that? Why do you think they do that? Why write a story about
debate.
South Asian hatred being on the rise? What are you getting at? Do you love white people?
Well, you know they've got that.
Do you love black people?
Yeah, I love everybody. Yes.
Do you love all people?
Yes.
Do you love black people?
Yes.
Easy question. People can't answer it.
I love all people.
All people?
I love all people.
Especially,
Do you love black people?
yeah.
Do you love white people?
Yeah.
There you go.
Easy. Why is that so hard?
Well, because people want to tap dance around it when they've got like some racist agenda to push.
Can't love them.
Well, I like some people.
Speaking of the source of all our troubles.
Is this related to Southeast Asian
I was gonna say,
racism?
have you been paying attention to Israel lately? No,
We just had
I have a
2-day war.
5-day war?
I know it was pretty short. They just shot each other a little bit.
Do you see that the head of NATO called Trump daddy?
No, that's weird.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, he had to use the daddy voice on them because
Did
he swore during like a thing, and everyone's like, and he's like, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And I'm like, this is why people love Trump, because he talks like a fucking person, like a regular person thinks and talks. He understands how to use language in a way that is effective, and not in a gross way. He does it in an authentic way, and everyone's like, yeah, I get it. I'm frustrated too. I see that you're also frustrated. They're not you're not to blame. It's them because they don't get it.
Well, Trump is the avatar for many grievances.
Dude, I believe.
You believe in Trump?
Just in his destiny, not him as
He's
a man.
the man of destiny.
I believe in his story.
A lot of people are like, oh, it's going to be World War III. It's like, no,
With
there's
who?
not.
With who, you fucking
Like,
moron?
Iran, Russia's not going to do
Come
anything
on,
about
dude.
it. What's China going to like shoot nukes if you shoot Iran or like
Dude,
there's no World War III.
like
Hopefully,
the United States hit its recruitment goals for the first time in 5 fucking years.
yeah.
This is not the U.S. military that you want. Hegseth has the Jerusalem cross on his fucking arm, dude. He will put troops in your fucking house. Do not mess with this man. Like, he's willing to take this all the way. He doesn't care. China's like, oh, we're just doing a little sneaky over here. And he's like, dude, take over that island. Blockade that fucking country. Kill anyone who helps them.
No, I don't think they're into it.
No, not China? Don't think
No,
so?
wait, who are we talking about?
Hegseth as the...
Like, they're not going to invade Iran.
No, they can't, dude.
Nobody's going to do
Trump's
it. You're
the-
not Alexander
Trump's
the
the-
Great.
Trump's the president of peace. Why would he invade?
He understands.
He gets it.
And that's what some people don't understand. Like, his instincts on avoiding Middle Eastern quagmires is probably
It's pretty sharp.
as good as you're going to get.
I think he's probably been the first one to ever obviously understand Israel as Israel.
Well, I don't think him and Netanyahu like each other at all.
No, he hates him.
And, yeah, I think Trump just thinks the whole thing's like a joke.
Yeah.
Like, total clowns.
But, he's still got strings on him. There's nothing he can fucking do about it.
Yeah, you got to... Hopefully, I would say, like, maybe best case scenario, they kind of take the issue off the table for a while. It's like, oh, you've been bitching about this nuclear program for 40 years. Well, it's toast.
Yeah.
Whatever. Say for the sake of argument, it's toast. It's like, okay, Netanyahu.
There's weird things happening. So there was an interview where they're like, oh, here's this Pentagon report that you didn't actually get anything done there. You set them back like a couple weeks, and that cost you 10 million or 100 million fucking dollars. And the people on the other end of that were like, yeah, this was a leaked report and top secret. And it's also, you can't trust someone who leaked this because they may have changed things. So it's like, are you saying that is true or not true?
Who knows? That's the thing. It's hard to know.
Hegelian,
hard
dude.
to know what's up.
Yeah.
I don't see what's Hegelian about.
I'm not saying I did it, but if I did do it, it was the right thing to do. And if it wasn't the right thing to do, it was going to happen anyways. So it's better to get it done now. And it's actually a good thing that I did it now. But I'm not saying I did it. But I like whoever did do it.
Iran's like a third world country, man. They don't have an air force.
They're
what are
like,
they gonna do?
You're never gonna fight the Revolutionary Guard.
But it's kind of smart. Remember when they assassinated that general in Iraq?
Died like a dog. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, they took that guy out, and then he's like, it seems as though Trump gave them a way to save face. He's basically let them shoot missiles at their air base.
Yeah.
So you could be like, okay, they killed our general. Well, we wasted their air base. And then everyone's like, and then we're going to, work it out. And Pepe Escobar, he was a journalist, kind of foreign affairs guy. I remember in an interview, he said he talked to like a contact in like the Iranian government or something who said something about how like Trump like called their leadership and he's like, I don't want to have a war. Like, I understand what kind of has to happen here. Like, basically, let's work this out. So, again, kind of like an instinct to avoid an escalation, but giving people a way out of like, something that looks very bad.
He understands the concept of face.
So that seems to be kind of like what happened here. Like, they let them shoot at some stuff. And, maybe they kind of...
I think that he got pulled into it because Israel was just like, I'm going to fucking do it. We're getting into this war one way or another. They're 10 minutes away from having nuclear weapons.
Well, I think some people would have liked to see like the U.S. dragged into something bigger, and I don't think they got what they wanted.
It would be great.
It seems that way for now.
Don't you think it'd be great?
For what?
For everyone.
For a glorious crusade against the Persians?
Let's get in there, buddy.
Yeah, not so good.
Do you know what Trump...
I'm kind of sick of hearing about the Middle East.
Do you know what Trump mentioned in one of his speeches?
No.
Cyrus the Great.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Interesting, huh?
Oh. Meme magic.
We made it happen, dude.
That's why they had to shut down our channel.
Yeah. We made it happen.
Too powerful.
That's
why we were a threat to Carney. We haven't really talked about Carney yet.
We don't need
Are you
to.
a big fan of Carney?
No, he's a fucking moron, dude.
But he's promised like 5% GDP for...
It's all deficit spending. You might as well just promise 20% while you're at it.
Like we
dude.
pay like 1% now. So where's he going to get $100 billion? But this was my thought from the beginning, and this is sort of like a confirmation towards it, maybe. Like, because my idea was he's like a European stooge.
That turned out to be true, yeah.
And I feel like his main thing is kind of expropriating Canada's resources for the benefits of shithole Europe, who basically has nothing, and they need to like get stuff from other people, and they have this motivation to keep this Ukraine war going.
There may be...
So I think they want to suck stuff out of Canada.
Okay, so let's say he's not retarded.
Carney?
Yeah. Let's start pretending like he isn't. And let's look at Canada as Canada really is. What was once a British colony and then turned into an American colony and then became a Chinese colony. And all of a sudden,
London wants it back.
Yeah, our old colonial masters, the Americans, are now kind of bullying us around. And you can't be seen to be a full Chinese like province, but you can be seen to be a European province because the Americans don't consider Europe their enemy in public. They know they're their enemy. Nord Stream 2 got done for a reason. It was America. Seymour Hersh was right. Everyone knows this. So
Yeah, didn't Biden let it slip at one point or something? I forget, but
yeah. So like
I think we all
all know what's up, dude. So if Carney isn't retarded, the posturing towards stronger, it's sort of like we're, some African backwater in the fucking 80s. Who are you going to belly up to? The Russians or the Americans? Well, we can't belly up to the Chinese. We can't belly up to the Russians. We have to say that we're aligned with these groups. So how do you kind of counteract the pressure that America can put on you? Because they can put some serious fucking pressure on you. You have a population of deluded boomers. How do you trick them into thinking that, or keep them ignorant of the fact that they are an American province, in a way? Or hide the fact that you're still a Chinese province. You belly up to fucking Europe.
Yeah, I think there's a certain sense in that from that perspective. He seems to kind of be...
That's as generous as I can get looking at the facts.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know, like the trade war thing kind of dissipated after the election, like all the tough talk,
after.
Right?
Before, dude.
Yeah, well, basically. But and then he said some very
nice things
to Trump. It's like, oh, you're a transformative leader leading the new age. And
turns out I was down at Mar-a-Lago.
You think it's like a sarcastic comment?
No.
It's like, hey, you're a really cool guy.
Well, it's a true statement.
I don't know. I don't like the whole Carney thing. I think some people think it's like, oh, he's really gonna fix a few things. I don't think so.
No,
I don't think he's gonna fix.
Not for
anything.
Alberta. But who would you rather hitch your wagon to? The Alberta Republicans, or just like Carney have his way?
I think Alberta Republicans are so meaningless that it's the same thing. Yeah. It's like the same choice on either side.
Yeah, except one's actually in power.
I would love to see Canada broken up into smaller countries.
Yeah.
That's really what you need for this place.
Do you think if Carney pulls the trigger, because there's always those like little rumblings, they're like, oh, EU membership for Canada.
Yeah, it'll never happen.
Never happen. But what if the idea gets floated? Do you think that adds more political energy to Alberta separatists? Because I think it does. I think it adds a boatload.
I think it would, but not in a really game-changing way.
Yeah, okay.
I could be mistaken, but it's like I just don't feel the energy.
No?
And I think, like you say, this is the most important thing. There's too many Canadians here.
Yeah.
And that is a problem.
How do we get rid of them?
You have to make them self-deport. Cut them off.
Oh, so
did you see? We're getting another Alberta Fair Deal panel, except it's Alberta Next panel. Wow. But apparently, did you see the thing where they said, well, one of the things they're asking about is because the federal government decides immigration, but all the costs are like borne by provinces. Should you be able to deny immigrants like social benefits or something?
You can't. They're federal programs. It's not the jurisdictions of the provinces. Doesn't matter what the fuck you think.
Well, I don't know, but I thought maybe I should look it up. But our corporate media was warning us about this. Very scandalous.
Do you think South Asian hate is on the rise in Alberta?
I don't think people are terribly happy about the third worldification. And the face of a lot of that third worldification, rightly or wrongly, is, comes from the people who are coming here in the greatest numbers.
Why are they worried about that?
Like we said, some people object to certain forms of behavior and
They're
factors.
I thought they were
environmental factors produced among certain people.
I thought they were like model immigrants.
Well, I think part of the explanation would go, sometimes people might say they're not getting the cream of the crop anymore.
You want to talk about natural slaves?
You're not getting the cream of the crop.
I see. So the quality on top of the quantity is causing people to do some math. I think it's their own regret and acknowledgement of their own powerlessness in their own environment.
Well, that's what you were saying. Like, they're like, we didn't stop this.
Yeah.
And now it's
look at Britain.
Depressing.
Yeah, look at Britain. Think of the British psyche. Think of poor Sargon.
People look at this stuff like, I don't know how to deal with this. Like, what have we done? How do you deal with it? Do I have to just live with it and
I just want to grill.
I just want to play video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, a few hundred years down the road, you'll probably get some like bloody ethnic cleansing in these weird multicultural societies they're creating. Just like in Africa, when the empires draw the lines on the maps and put people who don't really get along too well together in the same country under the same political system, and somebody wants to kill someone else, well, you'll probably get that here someday.
Do you think we are the Rhodesians?
No, it's too like.
Are you sure?
Too much of a distant comparison. Like the Rhodesians were, fired up.
Yeah, and they still lost.
Well, yeah, but they were, they were all about Rhodesia.
Yeah.
And like, does anyone really care about Canada? I mean, remember that thing?
I'm just saying, and they still lost.
Oh yeah, of course.
There were 1770 Americans that lost. Kitty.
No, I'm sure there will be some ugly stuff someday.
What do you think? Because that tends to be driven by the majority, and the majority is defined by birth rate in groups. Identify in group and with high in-group preference. Guess what the Rhodesian, guess what whitey Canadian doesn't have?
Well,
he's not a Rhodesian, I'll tell you that much. So if it went bad for them, what do you think fucking boomers are gonna like?
The boomers will all be dead.
Do you think they'll live to see their children slaughtered?
Yeah, maybe. Probably not. I don't know. It seems like it might be
must it end in violence?
50, 75 years away. Well, I don't know. I mean, I hope not, but I think over time, I think there will be some serious problems.
Children,
the thing is, people say, oh, the institutions are so strong, they can make people live peacefully together, and you get some places where, different groups are kind of ruled by an iron fist and they have to get along. That's why in the Middle East, whenever you take down the strong man, the ethnic cleansing starts, because he was basically enforcing the peace between them. And, we'll probably descend into that third worldification ourselves at some point.
I think
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Any instability leads to that, right? Do you think the Bolsheviks, they didn't murder a bunch of people before they came into power? It all got done afterwards. Do you know what I mean? The cleansing doesn't happen before regime change. It happens after.
Well, you get power, then you purge. You don't purge and then get power.
Yeah, you use people to get you into power, and then you fucking kill them.
Well, a lot of people are... Actually, it's probably not that interesting, but so there does seem to be Reddit has complained about this, the growing racialism, and some people have had their confessional moments where my friends are just normal progressive people, but they've been saying some negative things about immigrants.
I always think those things are fake posts, dude. I can't believe it. It's sort of do you know what I mean? I don't believe someone who has a Reddit account is am I the asshole for saying that I don't like the smell of curry? I just don't like the smell. I'm allowed to have preferences. And they're like, you're fucking
Yeah,
bigot.
but the true
Banned. Get
Redditors,
banned.
like, I love the lively, vibrant smells of different food.
You know we have the recipes, right?
You know, why does it always come down to food with the leftists?
'Cause it's the
and I don't just mean like when it comes to immigration, because a lot of times that's the thing. Like, well, we'll think of all the tacos, but I feel like, for example, you know, people when they go to the restaurant and take a picture of their food for like InstaFace or
Yeah.
Grambook or whatever,
It's metropolitanism.
like foodies,
Yeah.
they're always leftoids.
Yeah.
Always.
That is weird. Yeah. If you take a photo of your food, you probably,
Are left wing.
yeah. You don't think that some people are better than others. But like the best thing, somebody's like, "Oh, but the food." And they're like, we have the recipes, right? We can just, if you
I
want,
mean,
if you
I'm not
want
gonna
some,
argue against the food. Like, food's fine. Like, everyone likes food, and sometimes they want to have some good ethnic food. Like, sure, whatever, but
what does that even mean though? Like,
let's keep things under control.
have you ever made tacos at home?
Yeah, they're better.
They're great, dude.
My wife makes the best tacos I've ever had.
Yeah. So like, what don't you need?
Better than authentic tacos.
Don't you need infinite fucking Mexicans to have Mexican restaurants? If you had to set up a Canadian restaurant in a foreign country, what would you serve?
Poutine
That's a good one.
and like maple syrup juice box.
Depression.
Yeah, antidepressants.
SSRIs
That's
and
like
birth
the
control.
main diet of half of Canadians.
SSRIs and like maybe a maid application.
Yeah,
Don't like this food? Kill
your
yourself.
last meal.
Yeah. I think it's like all these problems are the same. In the same way that birth rates are collapsing. In the same way that people have zero faith in the future. It's these meta trends that we see, but we can't, like, we've reached the limit of human knowledge when it comes to people's actions and as groups. It's too chaotic. It's too big. It's like, what's the weather like? What do you think the weather is going to be like in 3 months? You can be like, warm. But you're like, no, give me the exact fucking temperature, or else weather's a lie. You know what I mean? And because humans in groups are so fucking chaotic and weird compared to what they were even 20 years ago, like, we just can't, like, we have no North Star anymore. Because, like, if you don't have hope for the future, like, nothing is rational. Like, a drug addict is very rational about his, like, goal to get drugs because he wants drugs. But, like, if you're like, what are you going to do about your next hit, like, crack in, like, 3 weeks? And he's like, I don't know, I'll fucking figure it out in 3 weeks. Like, we're that fucked up. We are that fucked up. Like, we can't even tell what our rational pursuits are because we can't imagine ourselves in 3 weeks.
That's interesting. It's like the Jordan Peterson self-authoring program.
Yeah. How?
I don't know. Isn't it something where you like write about your past and your present and your future, and you like try to visualize? Like, I don't really know what it is.
I
but
thought it was just some fucking extrapolated like personality test. They're like,
I don't actually know what it is. But maybe using that language, like people, what does an author do? He writes a story. The story, like what story are people part of? People don't know, and they're driftless. But it's like you want to create from the managerial democratic perspective, you want to just create the blob, like the slop person, the bug man, that just consumes, like the consumer, right?
the Redditor made flesh.
You you don't really want there to be a competing story. So the story we've kind of created for ourselves is like this progress story, like the Whig theory of history kind of story, like moving towards this goal, rationalism, progress, equality, fairness.
We've reached the end of history.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Yeah.
so the competing story, people don't have the competing story. There's just this like inexorable feeling of this force that's like beyond everyone.
We're the children of men.
And they just roll with the story. So like the story that's kind of given to them. They can't imagine like an alternative because most people can't come up with their story. And that's a disaster to kind of do that. Like if you can't, it's too much of a responsibility for people to do for themselves. Like everyone, our system makes us think that we want to give you the ability to, create the story for itself, but you can't, like, it doesn't work.
You can be whatever you want.
Yeah. You can't, it's like you can create your own identity, but
You're your own legend.
yeah. And that's too much for most people.
Yeah.
And that's okay. There's nothing really wrong with that per se, but it's like, what do you do with those people? They need to be kind of integrated into something, which, historically in the West, that's been like kind of the Christianity thing. In like Muslim societies, they're part of like the Muslim story, and they've got like that thing animating them. That's like, it gives them their place in the world, in the story, right? And we've tried to kind of create an artificial version of that through like this liberal world. Even like you think like post-war consensus kind of idea, like we defeated the devil and we've created like this new era of peace and prosperity and such. And that story is just, I don't know if it's gonna last. It's kind of gave some binding early on, but it's fraying at the seams. The powers that be will try to hold things together. They'll use kind of chaos and disorder strategically in a sense, but even there, like they want to get people into the anti-racism story, the anti-sexism story, the social justice story, the equality story.
Do you think it's because people have come up with their own answer to the question of progressing towards what? Do you know what I mean? They're like, this is the era of progress. And you're like, towards what?
The return to chaos.
But there used to be a good answer.
It's like the return to oneness.
No, the answer was always
dissolving all boundaries.
to a better tomorrow. That was what we were progressing towards at one point. And somebody goes like, this isn't better. I have fatigue.
Yeah, the bills are coming due and they're not being paid. And that's really like part of the thing. Like a lot of these problems were kind of in the works, but now there's kind of the dysfunction and people are noticing things.
Yeah.
And they don't really like it. Obviously, if everything was working perfectly or well enough, like wouldn't really be an issue.
Yeah. If you had hope for tomorrow.
Like if you could get a house
Yeah.
for a reasonable price, like we're lucky we got houses, right?
Yeah.
Because we were kind of before the COVID house.
Yeah.
Houses before COVID and after, it's like a different scene. Buying like a single detached home.
Yeah.
So yeah, people are like, oh well, I was into the whole thing until couldn't get a house anymore.
Yeah, it's
and
really-
they won't necessarily make the connection, but they know something's not right. They're noticing a problem.
I have a bunch of gay friends and all the tacos I could ever want to eat and Indian food. And I have all these metropolitan scenarios in my life, but I can't afford a house. I'll never have kids. I have a dating app on my phone. I have, like, some girl has
the whole thing is very
infinite-
dehumanizing.
imagine infinite dicks on demand.
Like, instead of going to the pub, you get Uwabu to deliver some food and put it at your door, and then you sit at home and like watch YouTube and eat your cold takeout.
Yeah.
The whole thing is like pathetic and kind of sad.
We're already in the cubes, dude.
Yeah, it's like you're in the Matrix.
But
You're in the prison, man. You can't even see the bars.
you don't even understand.
You don't understand, man.
You don't get it, man. But the better tomorrow, the dream.
People don't believe in a better tomorrow.
Yeah. You're like, man's got to have a
And
dream.
it didn't seem like that growing up. Now, I wonder if that's like a phenomenon of getting older and you like get jaded or whatever. But
Yeah.
no, like you talk to young people, they are extremely discouraged.
Yeah.
And interestingly, I talked to a young gentleman, early 20s, very well spoken. And he tells me like the youth is becoming much more right wing, which is very interesting. Part of that is like, the reaction to the lie that they've been sold.
Yeah.
Like, hey, do this. You'll be more prosperous. You'll have a home. It'll be good. Don't worry. It's like, I didn't get that.
What do you think a youth revolution looks like?
Usually terrible. Why do you think the NDP and like leftists always want like 16-year-olds to vote?
So that they can...
Revolution's bad enough. Youth revolution.
It happened. Happened in China. The basis of the Chinese Revolution was grounded in...
They always try and
a
get the youth doing it.
Yeah.
Like they always need the youth for that.
The new man. The pups that Napoleon would take up to the farm attic.
Exactly. No, it's people are disheartened. Everyone's pissed except for the boomers.
They love it. Dude. Think about how much money they
the
tell.
boomer from the election.
Yeah, double guns. Get fucked, nerds. I'm gonna go. I have a boat. I'm gonna go hang out on my boat.
And so there was an interesting thing, like a big source of grievances is the house problem. Like houses are very expensive relative to incomes. In terms, though, of like being close to where you work, right? Like there's a lot of cheap housing across the country. Like most of it hasn't kept up with inflation, but in big cities where a lot of the jobs are, where people work, like they can't live very economically. And so kind of this interesting thing of, the idea of not a housing shortage, but like kind of the desirable area shortage. So, you don't get a lot of people, you get people like moving to the cities.
Who wants to live in a small town, dude?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. And like, and there's the, there's the old IQ shredder idea and like how it, very destructive to like send all your smartest people to the big cities where they like can't afford to have families, and you like lose that genetic high quality people. Like you go to the city, you make more money, you get more educated, but that usually comes with higher divorce and higher or lower numbers of children.
You're supposed to build capital and return to the small town. Start up a hardware store.
Yeah, it's sort of like, Roman Catholicism where you're not supposed to like have a wife and stuff. And like, presumably a lot of priests might be smarter than average because you have to like, study or whatever, read a lot of books and think about complex theological issues. So maybe send these smart people and you kind of lose that from the gene pool. Like maybe that's not the best way to go. And so we got kind of like the IQ shredders, they used to say in like the old some of the right-wing blogs talking about the city problem. And but yeah, so we've got this lack of desirable areas, and desirable areas in terms of like the places with the low housing prices. Like, you know, you can get cheap houses, but then what? Like, what are you going to do for your income? What are you going to do for a desirable life? Like, a lot of people come to the city for a reason, or they stay in the city for a reason.
Yeah.
Sometimes they even like the city for a reason.
I love Calgary.
I like kind of living in a big city. There's certain
Calgary's
trappings that I don't care
Calgary's
for.
not a big city, dude. Things close at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, well, you know, geographically, I mean, it's a big city in Canadian terms. Geographically, it's very big, like surface area wise, spread out a lot.
I have multiple stores that just sell bolts and fasteners. Pretty good. Looking for a flange. You got many places to buy one.
But, you know, a lot of people, you know, they move away from the cities as they get more money, right?
Yeah.
And that's part of like escaping the consequences of the progressive program and the diversity and the third worldification. And like, honestly, sometimes I'm downtown because our office is downtown.
Yeah.
Beltline anyway. Sodom and Gomorrah down there sometimes. Like it is, it's like those Batman movies where, you know, it's like this big like city with these skyscrapers and it looks awesome, but always on the ground it's like nasty.
Anywhere that sells pizza by the slice and there's a liquor store within a block, it's like abiogenesis for fucking homeless people, dude. They want a $3 slice of pizza and a fucking 40.
Yeah. True enough.
That's how they show up.
They like convenience stores.
That Circle K that's on
they like fast food joints.
12th, I think. 9th, 10th, 11th. That one. You know, couple blocks down from the Danish club.
Oh yeah.
That right, liquor store, Circle K, you know, pizza by the slice. They just show up there, dude. It's just how it is.
Man, it's like downtown is sketchy, man.
Where I'm at is bad. So right across from Stampede grounds, and I think there's a drop-in center there and a big parking lot. And what do you think happens in that parking lot, dude? Just gangs of them.
No kidding.
All
I went,
day,
you know, the
just
Bay
chilling.
downtown, like
Yeah.
the old building, like across
Yeah.
from the Bank
It
of
was
Montreal,
always-
like those cool big buildings. But now,
Yeah.
like I was at a concert a few weeks back down there. I was blown away.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just like a few crackheads or whatever. It was like massive clusters of crackheads. Like, so imagine a group of like 12 sitting around a circle.
Yeah.
So one group. Now imagine like 12 of these groups.
Yeah.
Like all total like open drug use. People passed out, like pissed themselves. Like
Yeah.
it was Sodom and Gomorrah down there. I was blown away. And this is supposed to be like a touristy kind of area. It was appalling. It was disgusting. This is like, we should go down there sometime and we should take a video.
Yeah, so that Center Street area that particular street was always the line of where safe, happy, normal.
Well, because along the C Train road, right? Remember there was that kind of like ghetto block?
That one block that defined where it got
And-
shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like, interesting point.
It's always been that way. Remember?
But it was never like this. No, I was blown away by how crazy it was. And I've seen some crazy stuff downtown of like, you know, clusters of total disorder and dysfunction. We got these like nasty, disgusting tent cities and stuff. But no,
Yeah.
this was like even a different level from all of that.
Yeah, we should take
that
a
was
video.
like they had taken over
Yeah.
completely and they were everywhere.
Lousy with them.
And I'm like, these businesses, like,
Yeah.
they should hire the mob to come down there and like beat people's asses.
Yeah. They should.
Like get the Hells Angels or whatever.
No, you probably, what you do
I don't
is
know,
you,
like
you
what
get a,
you know what I mean. Like you need your own enforcers.
yeah, you need
Because obviously no one else is doing anything about it, and it was crazy.
Ufuefue and his like 10 cousins, and they will fuck those people up.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah.
Like I need someone who
this is what's become of me. I'm like,
Yeah.
I just can't believe what's going on. And
The libertarian to fascist pipeline, dude.
no, I don't even think it's anything like that. I think it's like,
Do you have sympathy?
it's like the,
Do you have
it's
sympathy
like
for them?
not anymore.
Hmm.
Like I've been
You have
pushed.
fatigued.
I'm fatigued, but they it's like the classic Murray Rothbard wrote about like the stinky bum in the library problem.
Yeah.
Or as I like to frame it in maybe starker terms, like shitting in the public pool problem.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a public pool, but you can't allow that.
Yeah.
Like you got to deal with that.
Yeah.
And this is what this is.
That guy's not allowed in the pool anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's got to get out. We got to
And
clean
maybe
it.
you got to, tune them up a bit. Or ship them to Ottawa.
Corn Pop's a bad dude. Remember that? He was a lifeguard. And he had to deal with Corn Pop. And what do you think Joe Biden did with Corn Pop?
Is this the thing about like stroking the leg?
No, that's
What
he said that
story is
he's
this?
like no, but that was the same set of stories. I used to be a lifeguard and little kids would rub my leg and see the hair grow up on it. And there was a bad dude named Corn Pop. Had a switchblade. Corn Pop was a bad dude, you know? Right?
Sounds like a Joe Biden story.
But we all kind of knew, like, he was like, yeah, we were like young, fun-loving, innocent people. And then there was some guy named Corn Pop. And I think we can all kind of like figure out what Corn Pop's story was. But he was a bad dude. He had a switchblade, you know?
What do you think of the 90s nostalgia thing because of like the age of people now and like the time that's passed? There's a lot of nostalgia for the 90s because
Yeah.
things seemed like, oh yeah, it was pretty progressive but not dysfunctional as much.
It was the greatest time to grow up.
Seemed pretty
We
good.
lived through the greatest time in humanity, and we didn't even know
It
it.
seemed pretty good.
It's amazing. I had a bicycle and video games and the internet.
Yeah, the internet came like mid 90s for a lot of people.
Yeah. And like I knew my neighbors
Man, I loved the internet.
and I would run around all day. Right? Like we lived.
No, things were
we
different.
lived, dude.
Things were different.
And like kids are fucked. No wonder they want to like gas people. They want gas chambers. They want their own house and gas chambers. Like they're ready for it. And like, yeah, of course, you should be nostalgic for a time that you never got to experience. There was a time. And
Nostalgia. Well, there's a lot of the like,
well,
you know-
it's because they have no art. They have no aesthetic. They have nothing. I'm nostalgic for like the 40s and 50s.
yeah, like nostalgic for the past you never knew. I feel
Yeah.
like that when I listen to that old like 80s Japanese city pop when Japan was on top of the world.
You know, it's hot
It
out.
was like the future is ours.
Yeah.
Like
Things are
anything could happen.
Things are going to be okay.
And it's just like, yeah, I
Things are
feel
looking
that
up.
in these tunes.
Yeah.
And then you got Japan now.
Classic love, dude. And now it's just like, what is
The
going on?
malaise.
Yeah. They're like, you guys better start fucking.
But in Japan, from my understanding, it's very affordable to get a place to live. Now, of course, not a lot
How?
of big houses and stuff, but
Yeah.
compared to here, apparently cost of living for like eating food is pretty cheap and living costs are not too bad.
Their standard of life is good, but I think they're a broken people.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just as we are.
No. We have
The fire still burns.
We have
in
fou-
the Canadian
the Westerner.
Gaylord,
The Westerner, dude.
the Westerner, the Faustian spirit.
The Faustian spirit lives on, dude. Because here's where it all turns.
It's the only hope.
It all turns on Musk.
Why? What's he gonna do?
Mars.
Make a Cybertruck?
Mars.
Ooh, We've talked about Mars. Mars ain't happening.
It's happening.
People want it to happen for the reason.
Find me
you're talking
another
about.
story.
There's no frontier, man. Like, that's
Oh,
why
it's-
people want it, but it ain't happening.
Find me a better story. Otherwise, we're going to fucking Mars, dude.
I
Progress,
don't know.
it's for losers. Get on the bus, go rule Mars. And one day, we'll return to the Earth.
Yeah, well, like, there's nowhere to escape to now. It's like we've gone as far west as we can go. We're pretty much at the limit.
Yeah.
Like, we're living there.
Yeah. There's places.
Where does the new cowboy go?
There's nothing to conquer.
Yeah.
We're all Alexander, dude.
So you can't, that spirit, you want to conquer Mars or whatever,
Like, why?
but it ain't happening.
Because that land up there was promised to me by God. And I'm going to go fucking get it.
Think of how crazy it would have been in, like Europeans, like landing on the shores of America and
Yeah.
like meeting the people and stuff. Actually, there was this mini documentary thing made for like a missionary mission thing at our the church stuff I participate in, and it was basically like Ooga Booga men,
Yeah.
like bones in their noses, like cannibalism and stuff.
Sick.
So one of those like untouched tribes.
Yeah.
And over the course of like 40 or 50 years, basically, they turned them into like happy singing Christians who got along with their neighbors and wore blue jeans and like Hawaiian shirts and like had a Bible in their own language. It's like, that's pretty weird.
It is weird. I don't like it.
But it's like, a lot of people were motivated, Great Commission wise, to, go explore, go like convert people. And who is there to convert? Who is there to, what is there to explore? Like, where's the people want to find some aliens or something, but I don't think it's happening. There's no like life to discover on Mars. You know what I mean?
I think it's a cheap substitute to follow the instruction of making a garden. It's a chore that we're putting off because it's too big and it's too hard and we're not good enough for it. It's liberty. It's making the garden on Earth is too heavy. So, instead of making the world into heaven, I'd rather just get on this fucking boat. And I'll have done my duty to God by saving the souls of these people who've never known the word of Christ, who've never known God's love, who, while being my brother, are ignorant to the way and the light. And I'll bring them that light. Be like, shouldn't you get to work on that garden thing? I'll do it tomorrow. And there's this idea that maybe we can make a garden on the moon.
Like Malazan?
Like Malazan, dude.
The,
Maybe if we just got rid of all these mud people, we'd go make a garden on the moon.
well, in a way, that's like, so the basic mandate.
We could leave all those Edomites behind, dude.
So the first man, Adam, is called to basically expand the garden, right? Like subdue chaos, bring order to things, which is what the idea of the garden is. It's like order, walled off from the chaos outside. It's like nature brought into like control, right?
Yeah.
And go forth and multiply and to have dominion over all the earth. The idea is like the basic biblical. Like,
it's all
kinda
yours. Go
cosmic
get it.
Story is go
get it.
tame the chaos, spread the garden, right? Because the Garden of Eden, that's not like the whole world or anything. That's like a small part within Eden, within the larger world. And the idea is like, God could just do it all, but he wants the participation. He wants you to go expand the garden. Even like, it's the idea of the temple, right? Is like
Yeah.
it's built with like a lot of the garden imagery. It's meant to be like kind of the constructed, because Garden of Eden's like the cosmic temple. The temple is kind of like the version of that. It's meant to represent that kind of idea, which again, why you get all that garden imagery in its construction and stuff. But it serves kind of that same purpose. That's why the end times, like Revelation, of course, you get the idea that the temple, like the true temple, encompasses all of reality.
Yeah.
And so it's the same way as saying like the garden has spread to everything, like everything's in the garden. If you're not, like, basically hell is the only alternative at that point. You're outside the creation. But it's the idea of like, that's a story, you know, that's like a thing, and that coincides with kind of the Great Commission idea. Like the idea is basically, even Paul uses language of like garden language for bringing in followers and redeeming people from the nations and liberating them from, you know, powers and principalities, right?
We'll start
But
a
it
new
uses
world.
that kind of idea,
Underwater. We'll start a new world. Free from
like
the sin.
BioShock,
Yeah.
with everyone gets drugs and magic powers and goes crazy.
Yeah, but they were the bad. They were gonna make themselves like they were
No gods, no kings, only man.
Yeah, Randy and Ubermenches, dude, and like great pillory of a character, right? But
Well, the idea of like this garden construction or garden
Aquasteading.
expansion, that is like the purpose of man.
Yeah.
So, you know, do with that what you want, but in one sense, like that is the story of man. Now, of course, the fall of man, it has to be redeemed to like, again, participate in that process. But that's like the whole idea, right? And you can, there's,
so like
it's pretty deep in us. Like, again, it's that idea of
because you
bringing chaos into order, like,
it's
you know,
it's a commandment and an order. So if you were to say like, yo, what is the purpose? Like the most satisfying answer I've ever heard is someone's like, what is, you know, like, what's the point? What's the purpose? And the point is to know God. And like, you know, I'm agnostic, right? But like, there's a beauty in understanding that you have your entire life to experience reality. That seems a little open-ended. And maybe not as straightforward of like, yo, go and make the world great. Go and
well,
go,
it's a
go and
creative
make,
activity,
yeah,
right? Like
go
the
and make
idea,
heaven, dude. Go.
you know, like Psalms and different parts of the biblical text use the idea of like connect the idea of creation to defeating chaos, like defeating the chaos dragon. That's why that kind of trope from the ancient Near Eastern culture is applied to like Yahweh, God of Israel. They're like, yeah, he defeated the chaos dragon. It's linked with like this creation language, and you get like this idea in the creation account, like Genesis 1, of sort of a like creation, like the deep, the chaos, like the chaos waters, they're subdued and land or order is brought out of that. And the garden thing is like participating in that creative activity. Like creation is like making something out of nothing, or meaning out of no meaning, or order out of no order. And that's what humanity is. And you participate in that. Like that's the knowing God part. You know God and you participate in that, like that battle against chaos, the gardening function. They even the priests, like the like in the Levitical system, when like in Numbers and stuff, they talk about certain verbs for priestly activities, caring for the temple. It's the same Hebrew verbs that Adam is instructed for taking care of the garden, right? And, you know, what do you do with the garden? You keep bad things out of it, pests and monsters. Keep it good, keep it orderly, keep things
You build
nice.
and create, dude.
And of course, what do? We let everything into the garden to Canada.
To fester, dude.
You know, it's like this garden.
So like
It's like
there's
this paradise, and then we let the
We're just
bad guys in.
yeah, we run to the ends of the earth to get away from our responsibilities.
Yeah.
So at some point
it's a cosmic idea.
we're gonna run
The
to
most fundamental thing.
Yeah,
the battle against chaos.
We're gonna run to another planet to escape this chaos.
Yeah, and I don't think that works. Like, I think you just got to.
What if we were led out of the desert to the promised land, dude?
Well, that's the thing. Mars, like, is the desert.
No,
It's no land of milk and honey.
No.
And there's no Canaanites there to fight.
no.
There's nothing. Like, it's not.
We'll make Canaanites, dude.
You need, like,
We'll make
aliens
'em.
there.
No. We escaped
You
the
need giants
we
to slay.
escaped the pharaohs back on Earth.
Sure, but like the
We
Exodus,
fled.
it's not. It doesn't end when you leave the Pharaoh. Like the whole thing is, I'm going to lead you into the land of milk and honey, and you're going to fight giants.
Our people are
There's
still
no giants on Mars.
Our people are still down there, dude. We gotta fucking get back there and save them.
Nah, it doesn't fit the pattern.
Okay.
Like there's nothing you got to.
I just think it's a
you
good
need some aliens to fight.
I just think there's a better story in
It would be
that.
nice.
Because otherwise we're
It would
children
be
of
interesting
men
to have
and
a
we're
sci-fi
fucking
thing.
stuck, dude.
Yeah, it's kind of Children of Men at this point.
Yeah.
Children of Men
What a great movie.
seem to
dude.
kind of capture the picture.
the despair. The commonplace despair.
It seemed
The
to.
indifferent
It had a good vibe to it.
the indifferent despair.
Yeah, it did have a vibe.
It's like
a despair vibe.
Cyberpunk fucking not Cyberpunk.
Concord.
Yeah, it was pretty Yeah, it was sad. But like that lonely isolation. It wasn't just the thing is people weren't isolated. They were in despair. And they had each other, but like they all knew. They're like, this ship is sinking. Dude, just the third worlders all in cages in the fucking public square, like, you know, that's the only story we got. I can't see a better story, dude.
I think that's why people want it, because they need a story, and like, you know, Escape to Mars has a certain attraction.
Go live in the
Doesn't
off-world
work for me,
colonies.
but yeah, that would be a frontier. It would be
Yeah.
the gold rush or the new world. It's like the new Americas. But I don't know.
You sure?
We talked about Mars once.
Yeah, we did.
I think it's a gateway to hell.
I think you just can't escape like Pandora's curse. Do you know what I mean? Like there was a time where you could get on a boat and you wouldn't have to worry about the French. But then a couple years later, the French showed up, and you're like, "Fuck!" Dude. This was like God gave this to us, the Spaniards. Get out of here, you fucking Frenchie! Beat it. This is Spain's land.
Yeah, people need some giants to slay and dragons to kill, and
Yeah,
they need an adventure and a story and a purpose.
we're
And
back
people
to-
are floundering, man.
we're back to Peterson.
It's the existential age, or the age of existential crisis. Who am I? Where did I come from? Why am I here? The questions people have always
No, we're left.
wanted to have answers for,
We're left with.
and we don't even like know how to like
Nietzsche-
deal with the question.
It's because Nietzsche had no commandments after his statement. So you're like, yeah, God's dead. And people just go like, and we've killed him. And that's the end of it. It's just like, no, he's dead. And we must replace him. That's what's like, there's a must at the end of that statement.
Return of the strong gods.
It's all coming around, dude.
Well, underlying all this is, I think, just people don't know what to do with themselves.
OnlyFans grosses more than the NBA. I think
OnlyFans.
I think they know what to do with themselves, dude. DoorDash,
Bug people.
Bug people, dude. Get in the pod.
Carney home. Carney pod.
Hope you have a daughter. So she'll be
Brookfield
on.
Carney pod.
Camp.
Affordable housing program. DoorDash.
Welcome to Canada. Can't wait to see your daughter on the OnlyFans. Peace out.
Yeah, I don't know. Makes you wonder, like, what happens next.
Nothing ever happens.